Drakewagon.net. That's Drake, bitches. As you haven't probably heard by now, we've got guests.
Yes, we do.
Yay!
Hi.
Man, what, are you okay? You did flip. Man, I need a monitor on this side so I can watch what the hell you're doing so I can make sure you're not fucking up. So,
hey, it's bad. Fuck it.
yeah, it's 80% of descendants of Erdrick.
Yes.
Yay!
Welcome!
As an accurate percentage.
We're right there.
Yeah, that one.
What's up?
So with us, Amanda, guitarist, Lobos, guitarist, and also master of many deaths. It's John, drummer, and Chris, bassist. Welcome. I'm glad you guys could join us.
We are happy to be here.
We
We're
are.
happy to hear big freak caffeine.
Yes.
We can't talk now, it's too much caffeine.
Well,
Too much pressure.
Well, if it helps any, we did bring extra toothbrushes and cans of Comet.
All
Oh.
We've got Grouch.
Awesome.
Yes.
So, if you guys haven't seen DOE before and you're watching the show, what the fuck? They've been on here 3 times. We posted the whole concert at Game Over.
Which was awesome.
Yes.
And I missed.
Yeah, you missed, but you got to see him at Red Eye Fly,
That's true.
which was great. The first time I've ever seen a mosh pit do video games.
They were, they had the X's on their hands.
Yeah,
Which makes it extra cool because.
Extra.
Which makes it extra illegal to kill them.
Yes.
you know, it was like,
But they're not
what-
from our. They're not from our demo. You
No,
know? We're younger.
yeah.
You know,
It's-
and we're
I was like, okay, moshing and Ninja Gaiden, okay, I kind of get that. A little weird, but I get it. F-Zero, yeah, throw up the horns.
And then,
When you got to Final Fantasy, I was like, I
You
can
know
now
that-
cross that off my list of things I never thought I'd see.
You know those kids were born after Mystic Quest.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying,
You know, that was the funny thing. We were discussing, like,
That's why we love you.
it's like, shouldn't you kids be in bed?
Yeah.
Isn't it school night?
I think their idea of old school is like Final Fantasy X.
Oh, God.
I remember when I was 5 years old and the Final Fantasy XI servers went down.
Oh my god.
And the thing is, you know, I gave up after 7, so it's like,
No.
I see the others and I'm like, no.
I gave up after 10, so
I don't blame you.
I beat 9 for the first time this year, so
I played.
I'm working my way.
I heard that 11 was online. Like what? I'm not
Hey,
playing that. And then that was the
it's
last
even
one.
worse. 14 is online and it has less players.
I have heard of that.
That was
I've
the
heard
game
many.
that's incomplete. It was
Well, the funny thing is, when the earthquake in Japan happened, Squeenix said they were going to... Squeenix. Yes, that's how they are known to me now. But they said they were going to turn off the servers for a while to save energy. I think they're just going to forget to turn 14 back on. Quite honestly.
just gonna shove it under the rug.
Yeah, they're just like,
Isn't it
what? Let's work on 15.
It seems kind of strange to me that they're doing the same thing. Like they're coming out with Final Fantasy 13-2 in case you want another Final Fantasy that's one
Yeah,
player.
I know.
And they
I
did
didn't play
10-2
X2
when
either. I was
11
like, why
came
is there
out.
a 2?
It's like, how can you do like a sequel?
It's
Yeah,
not
no.
actually.
Wow, that was
sequels,
loud. Get up over here.
Final Fantasy X-2 is already, confusing enough just because this is Final Fantasy X-2 or is it Final Fantasy 12? I don't get it. So.
I just call it
And
Final
t-
Fantasy Pretty Princess Makeover.
Yes,
Oh!
thank you.
Yeah.
When I saw that bit in the previous, I'm like, no,
Well, it's
no.
and it's not as bad as Final Fantasy V. It's like you wind up by the end of the game. Spoiler alert! Sorry for people who didn't play a 20-year-old Final Fantasy that never came to the U.S. until recently. By the end of the
10
game,
years
by
ago.
the end of the game, you're one dude and 3 princesses. That's your entire. That's your party.
Spoilers for me. Ferris was a woman.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
no, you find that on the first like 30 minutes.
I know,
of the
but
game.
that's about as much as I played.
But then later, when the old guy dies and his granddaughter takes over, that's the spoiler. And,
Oh wait, I think I remember that.
And she's technically a princess, so you got
Okay.
3 princesses.
Oh, surprise! A girl in a Final Fantasy
Yeah.
game's a princess?
You know, the sad thing is, the only FF game I've ever actually played close to completion was 7. And even then, because all my
that
friends
game is
were
always close to completion.
well, no, my friends completed it for me because I was the only one with the PS1 at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and the only one with a copy of the games. It all came over.
Yep.
A friend of mine actually maxed out the timer.
I
I
did that on my
banned
most-
999 hours.
No shit.
Yes. I banned the game from my house after that. No more Final Fantasy.
I I've done that for the second time. I actually beat it this year and maxed out the timer, and then about 100 hours after that, I got to where I so overpowered one character, I glitched it out where I could kill the final boss in one hit.
Wow.
And Emerald Weapon. It's a...
Well, see, part of my problem is now I just don't have the patience to
Yeah.
deal with a game that long.
Yeah.
You know, that's why, you know, most of my, the stuff I go for is like arcade games. You know, fighting games, whatever.
Because
So,
at the most it's like 5 minutes at a time. You know?
well, it's not only so much that, it's the endurance factor to it.
Right, so you're not like building up a character, you just already have it.
Yeah, these are like why I like, you know, cave shooters, you know. And,
Well, it's like you
and
get
Justin
better.
just looks at me when I play and he's like, oh, like this.
Yeah, because of freaking bullet hell, man.
Yeah, but it's such fun bullet hell, though. Die for Cots is so
I'd rather-
fun.
It's like fighting against a wall, you know? Almost.
Yeah, and you feel so much better when you pass, like, level 1.
Yeah.
You feel like you're God.
Chat
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I don't have chat on this one.
Yeah, but I think
Hi, chat room.
Reflecting Abyss says the guy has some pretty awesome green hair.
Oh, yes.
Reflecting
Oh,
Abyss.
yes.
We know
Thank you.
reflecting
I was
Abyss.
actually, I was born this way, so
That's
I have to dye my hair
He
brown.
drank too much prime time.
Oh, God. Oh.
Don't
You haven't
even
seen
talk
that
about
pro-
prime time. Okay, we did this Whiskey Dicks review, or this basically
It was the whole episode, actually, because that was our first official show, yeah.
It was the first official show, so we did like basically cheap liquor, as and basically we usually do it on a scale of 1 to 5, and you know we were expecting to give like 0s and 1s. We actually gave Primetime like a negative score. It tasted like
What was my score? Fuck, I think. Bad.
It
So it
was
was like
terrible.
so it was like the Shaq Fu of alcoholic beverages.
Yeah.
Just
Actually, no. Shaq Fu would have been more enjoyable. Actually, I can't quantify how, but
It's just basically they proactively tried to make it terrible. It tasted like plastic and lime.
it tasted like plastic in hell. in my
No,
opinion.
lime was kind of good. So yeah, maybe plastic and hell one.
It was more like a little bit of lime and just plastic the rest of it. So.
Okay, so now I do actually have to reboot this goddamn thing.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Thankfully, I only had my questions. So I
Windows
gotta
XP.
fix
Speaking
it.
about some more computer problems, we lost
Oh.
that camera right there.
Oh,
Hi,
what?
camera.
No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the one. That's the one that's on them.
Yeah.
The
It's
one
not
that's supposed
lit
to go
up,
on
yeah.
YouTube.
Oh.
So does that mean I get to start my Robo Liquor Store swears at the technology like after the show starts instead of before?
We've done that before.
Yeah, I
Before
know.
and after.
Hmm.
The software.
If worst comes to worst, flip yours around to us, and
Yeah, that'd probably work.
yeah, so that'll.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's better.
Magic.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that
Live
program.
television.
Yeah, I think
On
that
the
program's
internet.
about to get kicked to the curb. So.
POS.
Lord. So now I gotta wait for my questions.
We're live on the internet.
Yeah. Hey, at least I don't know. We try to make it interesting when things fuck up. So.
Throw shit around at the monitor.
Yeah, just like damn computer.
They all turn like green like the Incredible Hulk. Why the hell are you fucking up?
I just EX throw a monitor across the room. Take the bar.
That guy
meter.
was. That gets like a CRT monitor. Those would actually hurt.
That'd take 2 bars a meter. I don't know. Could you? How could you low forward into super to a monitor? How would you do that?
Kara? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just gonna throw a word.
Kara palms like into the monitor, right off the desk. Low
Yeah.
forward super. Yeah. If you don't play Third Strike.
I don't.
I play
Pretty
it.
nice.
Oh, something fell back there.
Yeah.
The cats are like
Kitties.
taking out their
They
anger
wanna
and
get
flying
out.
across the room, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been having issues with computers for the past couple of weeks, and it's getting on our nerves. Like one time when we actually test out, oh, it's working fine. Then before we come to show, we lose something.
Yeah.
Like today, he lost.
You know what I think it was? I think Vid Blaster actually wanted to see Arcana Heart instead of Mortal Kombat. It was having a weeaboo moment, and
No,
so
it just pisses me off that you pay that much for a program, and it's that glitchy, you know.
Yep.
yeah.
Especially for something like this, you know.
Same thing with games.
No, I've never had a case Robosoft that program. Don't sue us for libel, please. All right, now I have my questions back up here. So, yay, we can actually do meaningful content, or at least a little bit more meaningful content. So,
Or we can try.
I cast Magic Missile.
I was saying that earlier.
hold on. You can attack the darkness now.
What the hell?
Magic missile.
Dumbass.
Dude,
Oh, God.
dude, you have. Fuck, I forgot how to count. You have 7 nerds in one room.
What?
A shit ton of video games. What do you expect?
Yeah.
You can't play the video games. It's too dark.
I can't ever. Well, no, I'll use the monitors. Like, let's play
Oh no.
Defender or Space Invaders.
Yeah.
We had to, actually, it's Space Invaders. We have to get my
Yeah, well,
Amazon
you
back.
use Defender. No, it's actually somebody cut the grooves for Super Nintendo.
Uh-oh.
Very nice.
Isn't that illegal?
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Like Nintendo cares now. So.
Space Invaders.
Woo! So.
I know Taito's kind of like, on their last thread. They might come after you on that one.
Hey, didn't Space Invaders Extreme 2 sell?
I don't know.
I have it.
I heard that
I'm
it
the
needed
only
to.
one.
Otherwise, Square would be like, bye.
Don't kill Taito. We lost Hudson already.
Aww.
Yeah, Konami.
Sadness. No more Adventures of Dino Ricky.
Or Lobos
We're still holding out for that Adventures of Dino Ricky remake.
If you play through Adventure Island 2, I'm still making a sequel, okay?
Did you actually beat
It's all about
that?
the eggplant. No!
Did you actually beat that?
Eventually!
Eventually
How long
one.
did it take you?
I mean, we were using
I was save state.
Save
He was
state.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How many?
A little over 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
He was
Yeah, it was
hungry
getting
and
bad,
tired,
dude.
and you're getting really
I was
frustrated.
engaged, like no
Yeah.
other.
Well, when he kept running into octopi, it's like, octopi.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
Eggplant.
You gotta try Pinball Quest then, man. I was like, and it was like dead in the middle of the night, so I couldn't be like,
People are trying to sleep. so
Silent
they can't-
anger in video games is always fun. Yeah.
That's why you
I
go
need
to
to-
the garage and just.
Break something, must.
Yell
punch
and
a
get it
pillow.
out.
Yeah.
Nice play. No, I didn't actually see the gameplay video of you playing. I only saw the death reel.
Yeah, that's all you really need to know.
Towards the
Yes.
end is that one spot where I probably have most.
Oh,
of
yeah,
it.
with the
I know,
jumps.
with the
Yeah.
series of
And
jumps.
then
just
that
like
one
the
time where
same-
you hit
so I
something
made
and
it.
then you fell back
Yeah,
down.
and that's stupid.
Yeah.
It's like,
Campfire.
let me get a rock to get the trophy. Oh shit, skull.
Yeah.
How did they make that game? Oh my
I
god.
like the part where
Painfully,
you
yeah.
save stated in the middle of a death.
Oh, yeah. I was like, no, I saved it again. Oh,
That was the quote of the whole video right there.
Yeah.
No, and I saved!
Yeah.
That's my token yell.
There's one part where he's like, no.
Guys, if you have not seen, please watch
And at the,
Lobos.
at the beginning of his video, he's like, damn it.
Yes, it is on YouTube. So, all right. So, I've never actually seen a full interview done with you guys. So if I cover questions that's already been done, I apologize. So,
it's
All right.
okay.
so one thing that was really obvious in all the shows we've seen was you guys have been musicians for like a long time. Like one thing I noticed on the facts section of the website, descendantsoferfect.com, go buy stuff. Damn it.
I will ship it to you
I was
personally.
late.
He was like, then he had to pay for gas afterwards.
Yeah, then all the profits gone. So,
Yeah.
but I read through it, like, all of you have like 10 plus years of experience with your instruments. So, like, where did you get started, like, with your respective instruments? Was it just...
Well, it seems like just because the relative amount of years that we've been playing our instruments seems to correspond exactly with how old we were at the time. I bet
Right.
we all pretty much started around age 13 or
Right.
so. And that's an age where you just suddenly you're like,
Like,
know,
musician!
Oh yeah. I mean, for me it was that simple. It was just one day I was like, I gotta learn something. Learn bass.
So, okay, so with that, why specifically bass?
For me, I saw like this video of of just a concert performance or whatever, and the bass player, this big black guy, went into this funk slap bass solo. I'd never seen one of those before, and I was like, I want to be a huge
That
black
wasn't
guy. to
Victor
play-
Wooten.
I'm not. No, I'm older than that. I'm not even gonna tell you who it is. But anyway, I was like, dude, I want to grow up to be a big black guy and play funk slap bass. So I immediately proceeded to learn bass, and I still don't know how to play funk slap bass, nor am I large and black. So.
Failing on all accounts.
I know, I'm about 20% there.
Just like wear more dark clothes and hopefully don't turn emo before you turn black. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a roadblocks.
yeah. So John, drums.
Actually, unlike the previous statement, I from very early age, almost to as early as I can remember,
Like to hit shit.
But yeah. As a kid growing up in California, my older brother was into metal and stuff like that. And we were watching MTV in the heyday of like actual music videos on MTV.
Right.
Crazy concept.
Like Headbangers Ball and
stuff like that. But anyways, just watching, maybe I don't know which band it was, and it was probably a hair metal band, Poison, Motley Crue. So I saw the drummer back there with the big hair and the spinning the sticks. And the lasers and the smog, and, just like doing all that like really just over the top showboaty
gloves.
I don't know if he was doing that, but yeah, pretty much. He was just
it was
glammed
MTV
out.
when you were that age. It was.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was all glammed out and stuff like that, and I was just like, I want to do that. Like, I want to be that guy. Like, I want to be back behind the drum set, spinning sticks.
I'm gonna grow up to be a white girl. And
Yeah.
play the drum.
Oh wow! I want to be Ricky Rocket. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was like, how do I get started doing that? And here in Texas, apparently, there's no music curriculum before middle school, what you guys call middle school, which is like 6th grade.
Yeah.
In California, though, they actually they started music curriculum in the 5th grade.
Okay.
That's what Iowa did.
So
I started playing saxophone.
I remember
when I was
that,
in 5th grade.
Yeah, so it was a little earlier, but they were trying to get more kids into music in there. So they when I was in 4th grade, they started to send it to 4th graders, and I was like, sign me up. I want to play drums. So I actually started playing drums in that's what they did. They put me behind a drum set, and I pulled out like a Buddy Rich solo when they were like,
They didn't give you a drum set. They didn't give you a snare drum.
no, whole drum set.
Yeah,
What,
that's
a car
really
crash
like-
into our garage? Or what?
It's like go.
Yeah, no, it was kind of actually disappointing because it wasn't exactly what I pictured it. It was a little practice
Little
pad.
practice pad,
Yeah,
exactly.
I remember those
sticks. Yeah, and I was like, this isn't drumming, but I did it for a year, and then I moved to Texas and had to wait another year because they didn't have music curriculum in the 5th grade, and then I got into it in junior high, and then started doing like my regular percussion band thing that everybody does, Started playing an actual drum set in one of my parents would actually buy me a drum set in.
That's the biggest. I think that's the biggest hurdle for any aspiring drummer is convincing the parents.
Yes. And I wasn't convinced I was going to get one. They told me no. They told me no. Whatever. They surprised me on Christmas with it. And when I was in high school, freshman in high school. Whatever. So I was actually 12 because I was a grade below, but 12, 13. Started playing, and then
Here you are.
here I am. Yeah.
And we enjoy it. Very loud bass hits.
Thank you.
So, Lobos.
Okay, well, let's see. I started taking piano lessons when I was 3 by ear. So, and then that ended by the time I was 6, I think.
Okay.
And then I took a musical hiatus, and then I come back around.
I need 6.
Decided
Gotta
to-
take that
Yeah.
hiatus.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
6 years old.
I'll wait on it.
I was getting burned out, all the drugs.
I'll let that ferment.
all the
We'll see what
drugs.
comes later. And I was actually born in Costa Rica.
Okay.
So every summer we'd go back to Costa Rica and visit family and whatnot. And one year, when I was 12, we went into a music store and they had classical guitars there for like $50. So my parents got one, my mom got one, and my brother got one. And then in the hotel or wherever we were staying, I just started messing around on it. And then when we got back to the States, my mom just gave me hers, and I started messing around on that. And my brother had an electric, and I was like, can I try that one? And then
That's cooler.
yeah. Actually, I started off learning only Weird Al Yankovic songs.
Awesome.
Which is great because it's a variety of random songs,
Yeah,
and you learn
that's-
chords real well.
That's a wonderful thing to to go for.
Yep.
It's my first CD actually. It was a Weird Al Yankovic CD.
Nice.
That's probably one of my first things.
And now kids, if they go that route, they'll learn Lady Gaga. So.
Well, now they can. Now
Yeah.
that she allows it, and it can go out now. That's.
I did not hear that part of it. I only heard
Yeah,
denial.
she's no. Now
She
they're
was cool
denying.
with it,
They
yeah.
denied it.
Yeah, apparently she didn't actually hear the songs with manager or like that. Actually, was
Yeah,
heard it.
okay.
I mean, she's too young for Weird Al Yankovic anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly. Who's this guy?
Hey, as long as she's not pissed off like Coolio was, so.
Yeah, really. That was the opposite problem.
Yeah.
People said yes, and then Coolio was like, "No, hey, my image is way too respectable."
So
Like
anyways,
Eminem.
so I go from understandably, I go from Weird Al Yankovic to AC/DC, and from AC/DC to Ozzy Osbourne, and that opened me up to classic rock. And then one day I hear like Joe Satriani on the radio, and I hear virtuoso instrumental guitar, and I'm like, ah! And then it went from there. And
that's what I like instrumental guitar.
thumbs up, double thumbs up.
I listen to a lot of. That's not your guys' genre, but mostly a lot of that instrumental jazz I listen to on the radio has a lot of guitar on it.
Heck yeah.
Jazz guitar.
Django.
Amanda.
I was in band in 6th grade. I played saxophone.
Great, you can probably teach me how to play again. It's been a long time for me. Which one?
I started on alto, went to tenor, then went to bari. Bari was my favorite. It was just as big as I was. So I always have had this passion for not necessarily like bass instruments, but lower rhythm parts.
Right.
So then I picked up a guitar when I was 13. My mom took me to a pawn shop. I found an acoustic guitar. My parents are not musical. They don't know anything about music. They don't know anything about instruments.
They're just
so
like,
here, play this. You're interested in music. So I learned. I was very into learning right-hand techniques, rhythm, picking patterns, and things, because I'm fascinated with not always the melody, but always like sort of the backing bass part, even though it's not really bass. You know, I like to play my tenor sax, my bari sax, not the alto sax. It was just something about the lower end of it I really liked. And so I was playing acoustic guitar for a little bit, and I got an electric guitar, and then a few friends of mine in high school introduced me to Metallica's Master of Puppets. I heard that song for the very first time, and I was just like, this is perfect. How is it this perfect? How are they getting such perfect sounds? And I'm just, I became fascinated with metal technique.
Right.
But one of my true passions was being able to, at least to eventually become someone who could perform independently without having a band.
Okay.
The only way to do that, and I tried many ways to do that, the only way to do that was with acoustic guitar. So sing, write songs, play acoustic guitar, but I loved this technique of metal so much that I wanted to combine the two together.
Right.
And so I did that, and style evolved, and whenever I met Chris and formed Descendants of Erdrick, I decided to go back to electric guitar just about 2 years ago, and that's fun too.
Yeah, because like one obvious theme I'm seeing is metal influences. Is that true? Not with you?
I started liking metal about 4 years ago, and it was just Dio, and then like stuff that was kind of proto metal, like Deep Purple and bands like that, some of the progressive rock bands, and then like I only really broadened my metal perspectives thanks to this guy pretty much, and just just different things that I've been picking up here and there, but it's like I'm a metal noob.
Okay.
Well. A lot of NES music, I gotta say, it's very metal.
It really kind of is.
It is. Yeah. And I can't tell, do I like metal because I was influenced unknowingly by NES songs whenever I was 5 years old? I don't know.
Well, it's kind of, say for RPGs, I mean, let's go with that for a moment. Say for RPGs, I mean, really most of your games really kind of have to have a pretty aggressive soundtrack for that time because your sound set is so limited.
By the way, Jay, the yellow? Yeah. Says you're Lisa Simpson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I play the bari sax. I have spiky yellow hair.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, John.
He's gonna wear like a Flintstone style like red dress now.
Yeah. Alter red dress.
And with the
pearl
big like three.
The rock.
Yeah, I'm gonna get all that stuff. I'm gonna get 3 fingers on yellow fingers.
Genetically modified.
It's really cheap to get that surgery these days.
You look like a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
Hey, you were talking about like RPGs.
Yeah.
RPG
Music.
music.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Or no, I do this because that's more of the spacing.
I think
Sorry.
Weird.
Alright. Sorry, yeah. Ninja Turtle hands. Sorry.
I think the main thing about RPG music is that since it's real epic and sweeping,
Right.
at least it tries to be, and it's right now it kind of somewhat succeeds, but it used to be that it was like Epic and Sweeping was two people having two dialogue boxes about different things, and one of them falls over and is like, "Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm sad."
Yeah.
But
Romeo and Juliet, yeah.
Yeah, if you play it nowadays with like more of a literary sensibility, you're like, "This is like a crap story."
Yeah.
That's
this
the
made
only
me
reason
cry
I gave
when
up
I
on
was
Final
12.
Fantasy.
Final
Whatever,
Fantasy,
I still shed a tear every time I see the FF6 intro with the walking in the snow with the music.
6 is pretty good.
Time.
But like
I
the
love it
earlier
so
ones
much I
from
had to get
that
it on
are-
my skin.
Anyway, and in being Epic and Sweeping, of course, the thing is to have the grand orchestral kind of sound. And I think that a lot of those guys that know that knew classical also got into progressive rock because progressive rock is orchestral. It's actually it's pieces written out and then put together rather than everybody plays the same chords like standard rock music. It's just so I can there's a definite link if you look at all of it how RPG music and progressive and classical all come together. So.
Yeah. Insight.
If I may butt in, I've actually been asked the question before, and ever since then I was thinking, until recently I realized the first game that really the music was like a huge part of it to me was Link's Awakening for Game Boy. Because
That's good
you're
choice,
playing through and then you get the instruments from each level. And I was like, okay, I'm getting instruments, cool. I guess I'll throw them at somebody or something. but then you get to the end.
By the way, Jay, the yellow says this band plays music that's largely not meant to be played on instruments, though. So
That's true. But anyway, so you get to the end and you get in front of the windfish's egg. And I'm like, all right, whatever, I'm going to open this thing. And then it's like all the instruments appear individually, and I'm like, I see what's happening! It's coming together! Everything! And I was like, explode. And that was it, I think.
I think for me, oddly enough for me, the whole game music piece was the game gapless. I don't know, it's just something about the themes in that arcade game. It's just, and I'm getting fucking.
Actually, mine was for Super Nintendo. It was Contra 3, then it was Galaxy Force for Sega.
Yeah.
Galaxy Force 2, actually.
Yeah. Big ass cabinet.
Yeah. That was the best cabinet. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know.
It actually moves around.
Fuck X-Men. Galaxy Force 2. That's the shit.
You guys seen that cabinet before?
No.
The Galaxy Force 2 arcade
No.
cabinet? It looks like a spaceship, and it moves around.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's-
God, I think
I've seen something like that.
We
I don't know if I've
had
seen
one
exactly.
at back home. Well, back in one of my other homes, but back in the Quad Cities in Illinois, they had. Remember Aladdin's Castle? I don't know if you guys remember those arcades.
No.
They were owned by Bally at the time. Yeah.
But they had one sitting right there, brand new, and there's a long line for it. I actually got to play only 2 times. So I was like, sweet, this thing's.
Now this is, yeah,
Then after a while, the motor
That.
broke out, so everybody it was just sitting in one spot like this, and they never fixed it.
And by the way, we are never putting one of those in this apartment.
I can't.
No, I actually
They'll go
found one.
right here.
I found one at one time for like $200.
Wow.
A whole
Yes.
cabinet,
Yes.
or whatever.
Because dude, it was an old game, and everybody saw how big it was. They're like, man, I ain't moving that shit.
It probably didn't work.
It still worked.
Yeah,
it probably didn't work anymore.
Motor probably went out.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the fun part is replacing the motor.
Yeah.
So actually, with that, it was a question that's not on here, but I'll go with it. So why? I know we discussed the whole 8 versus 16-bit versus later generations.
Yeah.
Why more console focused and not like maybe arcade? Is it just because
Easy
of the
answer.
growing up with
Easy
consoles?
answer. We
A
discussed
palm
this.
track, really?
We've discussed this amongst ourselves, and it's been asked before. We kind of found this out. None of us really played arcades when we were growing up, except I think Lobos, right?
Yeah.
I
I
played
played a
arcades.
little bit.
I
Like,
played
not,
some,
not early
but
stuff.
My experience with arcades is that they were usually in like bowling alleys or something, and the
Right.
sound was
Yeah.
turned off.
Yeah,
So-
'cause it's a lot harder to hear because that's
Mhm.
like my thing is mostly arcade games.
I mean, my whole video game experience growing up was seeing a Nintendo, falling in love with a Nintendo. I was like 4, I
Right.
played Duck Hunt. And then at age 7, getting a Nintendo, and then
Right.
grandma and, mom and dad and everybody would buy me games, whenever a
Yeah.
special event would come up, and then we just rent every other weekend or something.
Yeah.
So I would just be playing all these games, and I'm like, go to an arcade. And I'd see the arcade game and want to play it, but I'm like, 25 cents, that's like, I can't
There's a
believe
tall
that.
guys towering around. too.
Jen says her first experience was in arcades too. So
See, yeah, that's where
Same thing here.
Yeah, that's me. I'm
I
arcade,
remember
so-
when I was four years old. I was pretty damn short.
Couldn't even
but
reach the controller.
Yeah.
You know?
My dad had to lift me up. I was playing. It's been so long. This is back when
You stand on the control panel for Battle Zone. You look in the periscope. And you just move it with
That's
the foot.
that's one of the games. That's one of the games too. When I remember playing. It was at Chuck E. Cheese in Cedar Falls, and I remember playing.
I actually found a video today of somebody going through a Chuck E. Cheese from 1982.
Wow.
And it was
a video
so
from 1982.
Yes, it's on Arcade Heroes. It was so. I watched it at work. I was like. I was 5 again. I was like 5 again, man. It was great.
Can you actually send me a link to that?
Yeah, I will.
Watch it over and over.
It was really,
and
really
over
good.
and over again.
Yes, it's like Moon Patrol. Yeah.
That's basically it. I mean, we all grew up with a controller in our hands.
Yeah.
As I put before. And so, the same thing with PC games. I still, to this day, have never owned a PC that could play anything current.
Right.
So it's like I discovered PC games about 10 to 15 years after they're obsolete. So.
Speaking about PC games, there's some old ones down there.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
actually commenting on the.
Some of those I have played. Most of them I have not.
Yeah, like the original copy of Street Fighter.
Yes.
I was telling them I had.
Street Fighter for computer.
Jen's
Yep.
parents bowled,
Yeah.
by the way.
Huh?
Jen's parents bowled, and that's how she got to play arcade games.
Bowling, woohoo!
Yeah,
Um, yeah, and in
With
fact,
quarters
with
she
that,
found on the floor.
with that,
Wow.
with one of our first computers, I had not that Capcom version that's actually fairly close to the original. It's I had the High-Tech Expressions Street Fighter that was just like the character was like this tall.
Yeah.
It was like Lego size, and you just fight like 4 guys, I think, and you win. And
So
it's
the only
over.
thing I remember from High Tech Expressions was like the really crappy conversions of kids' game shows, like Double Dare.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh god, that was painful as a child.
Oh,
And
yeah.
just like a print program. That's all I remember.
I had the Tandy compatible Mega Man as well, the one that had 3 robot bosses. I could not beat one of them. Yeah. It was IBM
That just took
Tandy.
me back.
Yeah.
I think it could be
Radio Shack when they used to not suck.
That's when Radio
We
Shack
got it
used
at
to
Walmart.
be good, man. That's when they actually had,
They
had
knew
good
what-
radio
what they were
equipment.
talking
yeah.
about.
They actually were like a ham supply store.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
Now you
your
walk
discount RC cars and
Yeah.
and now they try to sell you cell phones. So
and,
actually,
and batteries.
and batteries. Yeah. So actually, we need to take a quick break.
Oh.
But we will return.
And hopefully our computer doesn't fuck up.
Yeah. So
Hopefully not.
don't fuck up, computer, or else
Right.
I'll fuck up.
See you in a minute, internet.
Or maybe 15 if it.
Oh, for
if that's it.
15.
So you watch the Spike Wagon. Spike Wagon.
.net.
not it.
I gotta remember it's like your camera that I gotta look at because the other one's all put there. Hey folks, it's Spike Wagon. We're back. Yes. Back like a Hadoken because we're downright fierce.
I've got my beer.
Yes. All right. More questions?
Yay.
Yes.
We got two-
Serve it up. I'm like,
There's so
serve
much.
barbecue.
There's so much caffeine and alcohol here. We should call it for a local party.
Oh, that's right.
Oh. Wait a minute.
You've tried that, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we did too.
I have never tried that. No.
Oh, if you want a good hangover, go ahead.
Yeah, it's perfect for that.
Well, I don't know. If you have 1 can, I had 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even imagine just like
Oh, now
2
they don't
steps.
Now they don't have the caffeine in it, so.
Yeah, they don't
Oh,
have
really?
It's just like malt liquor and lemonade.
I used to drink Sparks all the time.
Sparks.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
happened to Sparks? Are they
I
still
drink, like,
around?
Huh?
No.
Sparks aren't still around.
No.
We got
Well,
one.
the-
when
I
we
thought
got
they
one,
took
we
out
were
the
in
caffeine in
Vegas.
Wait, what?
You got one when we were going out to Vegas.
Yeah. Well, I guess I haven't
I
bought it
think
in a
this
while.
is a
but-
recent. This is a recent thing.
Oh, if it is, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm still
College
Oh.
kids
I
keep
would-
dying when they drink it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, caffeine.
It's so
I
bad.
don't feel anything because I'm drunk and also high on caffeine.
Which is why
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm like so
Oh,
caffeine.
and how I feel
dead
palpitations. Oh,
Yeah.
my arm's gone
Yeah,
numb.
that's
Oh, I died at the age of 19.
anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's like, oh, it doesn't happen. Oh, wait a minute.
Anyway,
All right.
questions.
More questions. So,
Something not about kids dying.
well, we were talking about video games, so probably more of that.
Oh, yeah,
so,
yeah.
so, earlier we mentioned 80% of DOE.
Yes.
Bring Surge back.
Yes.
Yes.
Bring Surge back.
Oh,
Oh,
Surge,
that-
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh gosh,
And
yeah.
all the
Surge.
I have that CD
Yeah.
that they put out with music.
I
Yes.
didn't remember they did.
Yeah.
I didn't remember.
It
It was like a
pretty
mailing
extreme,
thing.
man.
No, it's just like all random, like alternative and indie music.
Yeah, yeah.
Random.
Yeah.
Alternative. Yes. It has to be alternative.
So anyway, Unfortunately, Lauren couldn't be with us because she's traveling.
Yes.
Now, one thing, when you guys were at Classic Gaming Expo, where Spankwagon first saw you live and they were blown away.
Like a year ago.
Yeah.
Almost.
Lauren wasn't with the group then, was she?
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing, Internet. Let's set the story straight.
Definitively here.
Yes.
Only on
Lauren,
Spankwagon. Sorry.
Lauren joined. Like
Probably
Lauren
rumors.
responded to the same basic like Craigslist message that John responded to. So in that sense, they've been with the band for an equal amount of time. So we really, when we started out with our March show at Game Over, that was like our debut as a band, and she was there. It just became this thing where we didn't know if she was going to be able to travel with us, and we were going so fast recording an album, and and we were already booked for CGE.
Yeah.
We were trying to release the album before CGE and everything like that. And just at the time, there was just this state of, well, since we're going to be like touring around and possibly playing shows without you, maybe we should do it like promote it like a 4-piece with you as the special guest or something. And that was cool at first, and then everybody. It just wound up not working that way, and actually she now plays every show with us. So, it was just something that we tried out, but it happened to be that we tried it out as we were hammering our actual band image, so now it's...
Well, that was like one thing, I mean, so...
We also had 2 different arrangements for the songs for us, so we
Yeah.
had 2 guitars.
Well, I was going to say, because it's... I would think there'd be some easiness. Probably not the right word. About doing it as like purely guitar bass drums. So adding flutist.
No, we need the flute.
Okay, that's what I was
Make no mistake.
We need that flute.
We need Lauren, that's for sure.
She
actually,
makes us very unique in that aspect.
That's like one thing I was going to say is that she definitely does add something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
that's kind of like a meaty sound to it.
Yeah. Actually, that's a point I noticed recently, and I think I posted it somewhere. I don't remember. But anyway, if you take the triangle waveform, which is the what the NES used as one of its channels, if you pitch it down, it's the bass sound. If you pitch it up, it's a flute sound.
Yeah.
So there actually is a flute sound present in most of the NES catalog.
Yeah, that's true.
You hear it in Metroid,
Shadowgate.
Shadowgate. It's really prominent.
Journey to Silius.
Well, actually, Journey to Silius is a whole different story, and it's very complicated.
Yeah,
so let's not go into that. It's a theremin.
It is.
Theremin, I always wanted one of those.
Yeah, Sunsoft did like completely crazy stuff with their stuff, but that's...
So, now, with our next question here, since you would think with the setup, rock music, progressive, would be the obvious choice. Why video game music?
Well...
You and I, right there, conversation at Dirty Dog Bar.
Yeah, pretty
Several
much. I
years
mean,
ago.
it all just boils down to when Amanda and I talked about starting the group.
Mm-hmm.
She had the idea for about a year. Or
I just
more.
couldn't find any musicians who wanted to do it. At least, seriously.
Right. Well, I suppose because that's one thing. I mean, I can see 2 people doing it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But actually now a 5-piece,
That was all luck.
especially with the level of skill all 5 of you
These
have.
guys here were luck. Yeah.
They were like, oh, let's do video game music, and you do it well. So it's like, that's got to be like
It was
pretty much
one
a
of the
1 in a
luckiest
million.
things ever. to
Her and
find
I
such
are
great
just as
musicians.
surprised as you are.
Okay.
That worked out the way it
Amazing,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just the way it went. Like, her and I talked about it, like, let's do a separate project. We were both doing our own projects,
Right.
and it started out as that mindset, kind of a side project. So, in that sense,
Project. The word project.
the thought of, like, doing original music or anything like that never even entered the conversation. It was
Right.
just, let's, when you and I get together, do video game music. And we tried it that way. We tried out this guy who played keyboards, but, it didn't work out. And then, we borrowed her drummer for our first shows, which are on the YouTubes, unfortunately. But, at that point, we were just kind of messing around with it. Okay. And then once Lobos entered the picture as the first response to our little call for more musicians on the internet, then when we realized he can actually play everything to 100% accuracy, we were like, oh, we better get better at this.
Yeah, step up these guitar skills, these electric guitar skills.
By the time Lauren and John got there, then we were more of a, okay, we're gonna try and do it right kind of thing, and that's what we've been doing ever since.
So, so now that let's face it, you guys are kind of in like a very type genre.
Yes.
Yes.
And some of the other names who do the same music, like the mini bosses and whatnot.
Or the one-ups.
Or the one-ups, yes. Yeah. Go see the show May 29th. Rental
Oh, we're not going to let them talk to us without talking about that show.
Yeah. No, we're going to pimp it.
Yeah,
We have to. So.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be like 7 different shades of awesome.
Yep.
7.
All
Unless it's on a
seven.
Game Boy,
All
then it's 4
seven.
different shades of
54
green.
unique flavors of awesome.
So, with this, even with a few bands within this genre, what is like the bit that's going to make DOE stick out
Oh, that's a...
from everybody else?
I'm sorry, I keep jumping on these questions. Probably
No, that's okay. You're
Alright.
you're usually our designated guy who talks.
All right.
I would say 3 things personally.
Okay.
He would say 3 things.
John can talk.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I
You're
was gonna
What
say
makes
3 things.
us so special?
I was gonna say 3 things, and then you were supposed to take it. You're supposed to take that. And
Oh.
run with
And
it.
he already said 3 things, so go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, for one. Okay.
Uh-oh. Come to guess.
Yeah.
Well, Amanda and I, and and John and everybody, really, none of us were really fans of the genre that we decided to throw ourselves into, so we decided to do some research. We'd only heard of the mini bosses,
Right.
and they're actually, it winds up that, having seen, like, the majority of them now, it's like, they're the closest thing to what we do.
Right.
We just do it at, like, we're really... a lot, whereas they're a little more relaxed, we're really picky about like doing it exactly as fast as it is in the game, or
Yeah.
exactly the same
Exact
tempo.
same notes.
Yeah,
Exact same tempo.
Accuracy
And-
is very important.
Yes.
yeah, that's
Okay.
so that's
Trying
one
to
thing.
preserve the feel of the original song as much as possible.
That's one thing that we have yet to see in other bands attempt, and really the only reason we can do that is because of like Lobos can do the arpeggiated synth
Like
background
when he
stuff.
did the tapping for the Capcom
Yep.
logo.
Yes.
I was like, so-
Yeah, since he can do things like that, we felt, okay, well, what we need to do with this then is come out with something that is not just, like a lot of the bands like, the One-Ups and Metroid Metal and, a lot of those guys, Entertainment System, what they do is they take the song and they put a genre spin on it,
Right.
and then they wind up doing something that's recognizable, but it's not exactly what you would have heard in the original game.
Right.
Which works really well for them, and what we decided, well, our spin is that we're not going to spin. We're just going to do it as close as we
Straightforward,
can.
yeah.
But, if there's a drum part to add, then John's going to add a drum part he wrote.
There's an extra melody part, or maybe harmony part, double part.
We might develop
Yeah.
something like that, but...
The yellow says they'll go from the title screen to the boss fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was 2.
yeah.
He got 1. I was gonna say that would be 2. Is we don't take one song and play it for 3 minutes. We take several songs throughout the whole game.
Well,
and do
like 2 great examples.
Transitions.
One, the Street Fighter 2 medley,
Yeah.
and then the set for F-Zero he did at Red Eye Fly, which
Yeah.
he shit his pants at silence.
yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We're sorry, by the way.
I was bending those strings so far as they could possibly bend to stay in tune.
Did he actually
As
break one?
musicians, we're very ashamed of
I
that
broke
particular
on
thing.
one on my guitar, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like
we
you're rocking out.
broke our
Yeah.
first string on our first performance of F-Zero, and we're going to try and make it up on every show after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
that's...
break a string and still play it? That's pretty
Well,
awesome.
she traded
I had to borrow
guitars.
a guitar that,
That was a piece of
perpetually
junk.
flat.
No, it was a good guitar. It was just tuned lower for metal.
Oh, yeah.
So she had to tune it up, but the strings wouldn't have it. They kept tuning themselves back down.
In the
They're
middle of
probably
the
like
song,
so
like,
stretched out
sustain
to
the
tuning,
note,
yeah.
while sustaining the note, start tuning it back down, back up, alright, and then by the time I got to my 6th
Stay there, stay
I
there!
realized that it had already gone right back down to C.
Yeah.
And it was just like, well...
Yeah, our,
Please fix my own guitar fast.
Anyway, we went
Yeah.
off on a tangent there. What,
Yeah,
what
that
were we
is-
talking about?
well,
What
the
makes us
other,
unique?
yeah, the other mark of DB, I guess, is that we, although a lot of people do, a lot of the other bands will do this or have a smattering of it, we tend to like thrive on medleys, like really quickly play a lot of songs to fill
Yeah.
up that 3 minutes.
Because a lot of music, from these games are like a minute to a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Not
Like, you
even
should have
30
seen my
seconds, 10 seconds.
you should have seen my Winamp playlist for all the game songs. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I need 2 hours.
We cannot
Shit,
repeat
rap,
the
rap,
same
rap,
10
rap.
seconds for 3 minutes. We're not going to do
He
that.
did it for 1 minute with Teensy Circus Signs, and that was enough.
Yeah.
See, when our first couple of shows ever, we played 2 loops of TNC Circ Design, so 2 solos. And we're like, the solo doesn't work the second time.
It only works one time. It's a solo.
And sometimes our brevity is a tribute to the actual game. Like,
I can see that.
You know, TNC is only 1 minute long because that's how long you'll last.
Yeah.
You're lucky to hear that solo. That's like your reward for getting that far in the game.
Yeah.
Even holding back on the guy on the skateboard, you're lucky to hear the solo.
That's how we had to learn it. We had to hold back so that the guy was just like.
Why didn't you go download the NSF file from somewhere?
No.
That was
that
actually
fancy.
his. It was whenever he auditioned for us. We met at Chris's house, and he opened up, TNC Surf Designs, listening to the song, and he had to hold back on the controller to make the guy go as slow as possible, so he could listen to the solo, learn it in like 10-15 minutes, and we're like, so do you want to be in the band? Because we like you and we want you to be in the band.
Please be in our band.
We'll find a drummer, we'll find other stuff, just please play with us.
Even if we have to get a drum machine, you gotta be here.
Yeah.
Well, John is a machine, so it's okay.
Yeah. Awesome machine of drumminess.
Damn shame about Skynet.
Oh yeah, Skynet Day.
Yeah.
So there were 3
still waiting
points.
for that.
Thwarted.
Yes.
Probably the other ones that we have girls. I don't know.
Close. Lauren was my third.
Yeah.
Close.
Having a flutist.
Yeah, having
Well,
a flutist. I think is what really,
I think it's having Lauren, playing flute, which actually, you remember that there was a female flautist for one song.
Yes, for one song.
In was it the 2000X band?
No.
I'm sorry, because we're friends
Year
with all those guys
2000X,
now.
I wasn't there, but hi.
That's actually one I haven't heard of, so some of these names are new to me.
But also,
They're my
I think
friends online.
I do believe that Amanda being a guitarist is unique in what we do in BGM bands. If we're wrong, prove us wrong.
So yeah, it's like 3 A and B.
Jay says that the band's 40% X chromosome.
Yes!
Good math.
Yeah, at least it's not DOE with a subtitle.
As a guitarist, I never thought about gender ever whenever I played or learned things.
It's just you want to rock out.
The only handicap that I have that I'm not even excusing it as a handicap is my small hands.
Right.
I can't reach certain things, but I find a way around them, and I learn in a different way.
See, that's my problem. When I try playing guitar, I always fat finger it.
Yeah.
I don't have a fat finger problem. I have a stretch problem.
Like I said,
It's like-
the reason why
Yeah.
now if I try to learn guitar, I gotta play left-handed. I'm right-handed now.
There's no reason why women can't learn guitar that way, and it bothers me to see that a lot of women guitarists don't push themselves further.
Right.
I just don't know why, and it was never an issue for me. So, whatever.
Oh well.
I'm happy to be the female guitarist of the
I got a question for Amanda. Do you still know how to play the saxophone?
Yes, I do. I bet I could. I haven't touched one in almost 10 years, but I bet if I picked one up today, I could still remember all the notes.
If you're taking lessons, you do it over there.
Because I was thinking
I need a saxophone. I don't have one, but if I had one, yes.
Don't worry, neither does he.
No, and I can't play it here.
I still remember my reed size and.
I don't even remember my reed size.
It was a 2.5,
I always broke 'em.
but I don't remember what brand.
I remember playing at a concert and I forgot to go to the music store and buy some more reeds.
Oh God.
My reed was all frayed.
Oh yeah, you had like cracks all in it and stuff, split right down the middle.
I actually did a really good job. I don't know how I got around it. It's like, how did I sound? Because I had another guy right next to me. He's like, "You sounded good." I'm like, "Dude, check this out." How the hell? Did you do that?
You found ways to like maneuver around the crappy reed to make sure that the sound was still good.
Then one of my brackets busted off on
I
don't know what you call them.
By the way, shout out to my middle school band director for inspiring me to do what I'm doing right now.
Watching
Just
this right
saying,
now.
show this to your kids.
Yes, because we need more people to watch the show anyway. So.
Let's take any viewers.
Yes. So with the amount of shows you guys have played, actually, how many shows have you guys played all together?
And only in the past year we played a lot.
Yeah.
You think 100?
No, it would be 100, right? Because that would be twice a week almost on average.
for twice a week for a
Yeah,
year.
52 weeks. Yeah, twice a week.
Okay.
I put it a little closer to 50.
Okay.
Oh wow, you guys
We've
do math.
we've only been together for.
Because no, we have played
And how many?
this last
And how many
South
have
by, we
been
played
at
3
Game
times.
On?
Oh yeah.
So I mean, like I would put it closer, maybe like 60 or 70.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay. So with that, what has been your fuck no moment and your fuck yeah moment?
Fuck yeah, as in best performance ever.
Or whatever,
Best
like
thing
this,
ever.
Oh,
like
okay.
that, like that performance, like distinct to you in a positive way.
Oh man, the parish.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The first set of the parish.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah.
It was.
Drunk guys were falling
That was a
over
simultaneous
hobos.
yes and no moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen,
Wait,
just
wait, wait.
drunk guys.
Okay, well, okay. So
We're
we're
gonna set the
playing.
scene for you.
I think it starts. I don't remember where it started. I just remember it in Castlevania.
Yeah, I remember Castlevania.
And
By the way,
everybody
the
in
chick,
Castlevania were
the
you?
chick
Yeah,
sexy
we were-
dancing the Castlevania too. for
Yeah, I
like-
remember seeing that. I remember seeing it.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So South
Wow.
by Southwest week or whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody's downtown.
Tuesday night.
And I'm doing my Castlevania riffs, you know, like cool, crowd's into it and stuff. And then there's this guy. I just hear like, stop. I stop paying attention to my playing, and I hear, hey. And I'm like, huh? And I look up, and there's this guy right here in my face going, hey, hey.
With a
And
beer
I'm
in
like,
my hand,
I look at him,
waving.
and he's still going, hey. And I go back to playing, and then I like. There was a part where like I stopped and I just like looked at him and I was like, "Sup?" And he was like, "Keep shredding." And I was like,
I thought they
"Okay."
I was right next to them, and I'm like, are these his friends?
No,
I don't
no,
get
I
what's
didn't know.
going on.
And
It's just
then-
a random drunk guy.
Oh yeah, random
Drunk
drunk guy.
Tommy
And
hands.
then his two drunk friends come over to try and calm him down. They're like, "Come on, calm down." And then they forget and they start doing it too. And I'm like, honestly, luckily it was like our last song in the set, so I was like. And then when I was putting my guitar away, he's like, "No, come back!"
We don't know
I
how to
was
handle
like,
stuff
whatever.
like that as a band. It's like, what are we doing? We're
I
being
can hear
heckled.
those. I
We
can
gotta
hear all
keep
three of
going.
those guys back behind my drums yelling at Lobos. Like that's
Yeah.
how loud and like. you know,
That's how loud they
yeah,
were?
That's how loud they were.
Sure.
They were
Sure.
literally yelling at him. Like they were like this far apart. They were yelling.
I
at him.
seriously thought something was wrong.
And
Like,
then you try to
like somebody caught on
then you
fire
tried to
or
say
something.
some Lobos. He's like, hey, Lobos. What?
Yeah.
We were in between songs, and they kept yelling, and everybody in the band was looking at each other like, John, start the song! Come on! Don't let them win.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Don't-
Don't let them win.
DOE 1, asshole 0.
Drunken nerds are pretty bad. I beg to differ.
Yeah, drunken nerds are kind
But
of.
these are like,
Wait a minute.
I
they
don't
need
even
to
know
be
if these
at our
were
parties.
nerds.
Yeah, I don't really know.
I'll
the
say
difference
some of
either.
my favorite times have been with drunken nerds, so they can be in either extreme, I suppose.
Which is funny. It's the three of us, and we start talking quantum physics.
Yeah.
Oh, you're actually going to school for
Yeah, this is back in my
physics,
old
so-
place. We had a marker board, and I would draw out like Python diagrams and like say, "This is how the universe works." And they're like,
We're just
"You're
drawing out
crazy."
these different formulas and stuff like that.
Awesome. That
Yeah.
sounds awesome.
And we talk philosophy and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, that's
Yeah, we're
us.
boring.
That's us.
Yeah, that's usually how that nights go.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, most of it makes sense even the morning after. I don't get
It's not
that.
supposed
But the
to.
drive home sucks.
Yeah, that's for sure. So that's a combination of fuck yeah, fuck no.
I would say fuck no, SonicCon.
Oh!
Okay.
Hey, the performance was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
performance
Everything
was
leading
really
up to
good.
that was
Yeah.
bad.
That
SonicCon
was a
was
fun
one of those
performance,
like just incredible disasters
I think-
that we just made the most of it.
Jen's
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Jen's like, oh God, not Sonic.
Okay,
No!
so we were just like, we don't care, and because of that, the performance was awesome.
Yeah, no,
But,
yeah, we just made the best
At
of
some
it.
point, you just gotta be like, fuck it.
I never heard of that. What is that?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, good. Okay.
I'll sit down
so-
and tell you the story. About
Just
SonicCon.
for like a little backstory, it used to be a hedgehog convention, the Dallas Fort Worth hedgehog convention or something like that.
Yeah,
and then they were like, how can we make more people come? to
Oh,
this?
Jesus.
Oh,
It's
we'll
just
put
going
Sonic
to
on it.
Oh,
Let's
Yes.
also put anime
Yeah.
and video games, and then
Why
they were
don't
like,
you just
let's do it.
invite furries and be
Exactly.
done?
Well,
Like,
that's about what we figured.
So this all started with hedgehogs.
Okay.
Yes. It was like to like
Raise awareness.
rescued hedgehogs.
Yeah, raise awareness. There was all kinds of, like, there's panels about hedgehogs. There's hedgehog adoption thing, which ended up not happening.
Which they brought in like 1 or 2 hedgehogs.
Yeah.
Everybody the entire time was like, all right, at least where are the hedgehogs?
Then they stayed in the
I
celebrity
want to see
green
some
room.
damn
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
by
we
the
got
way-
to see him.
By the way, you didn't know what SonicCon was until after you agreed, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Jen said.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Well,
on the
when
chat.
we went under the pretense that SonicCon was a convention about like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
you
it
know,
seems like it'd be
and-
like a name for like a
like-
game convention.
Yeah,
right?
and
like
yeah.
Screw Attack and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So whoever said let's go, you said.
And we looked at their website. I mean, their
hate you.
website seemed not like I wouldn't say legit, but like
It
it
was
had
kinda
they had anime and like they had.
Mid-90s web design.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
terrible website. But like
Huge.
they
It
had
was.
like
Yeah.
the panel guests that they had were like the voice of Sonic. They had not Jaleel White.
Oh fuck!
No,
Sorry,
yeah, not
yeah,
that's what I
Jaleel
said.
White,
Yeah, no, the newer voice of Sonic.
Okay.
You know, all these other people that were in like the Sonic TV shows and like that. So they had like what seemed like some big names in the Sonic world. And when I was there, I was like, I had no idea Sonic the Hedgehog was this big. Like it commanded its own convention, you know. But I was like, yeah, let's go with it. I mean, we can reach all these Sega fans, and we actually learned
We
Sonic
love Sonic music.
music for it and stuff like that. You know?
I thought what you thought. Furry convention. I was like,
I didn't
you
that
guys
even
are in
crossed my
for.
mind
I
at
was all
all.
prepping everybody. I was like, you guys are in for the craziest looking thing you've
This
ever
is
seen.
4chan
Not
in
even
real
furry,
life.
not even furry shirts.
My
Yeah.
my biggest fuck no moment of that was no furries. We didn't see one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
Not even
maybe.
furries we chose that.
That one dude.
Furries,
Furry
hedgehogs,
yeah.
nobody was at this convention.
Yeah.
Vendors were packing.
Jen was saying just now in the chat room there's like 10 people in there.
Yeah, vendors packed up early and left.
Wow.
You know,
Saturday.
we had a
Whoa.
we had an
Saturday
FAQ.
afternoon.
We had an FAQ thing.
Our
that,
panel, yeah.
Yeah, a panel that basically nobody showed up to. We started herding people in from the
Our
hallway.
girlfriends and boyfriends were in the audience, plus people that we called in. To
Yes.
Hi.
People
come
we
and
had met
see
the
us.
previous day and things
Yeah.
like that.
And most of the conversation centered around a jar of peanuts.
Yeah, it was like, question, can I have some of those peanuts?
Yeah.
Yes, you may.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was still a blast. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like every moment up until like the because our FAQ was our panel was the day after the show. So everything up until the panel, up to the show, was kind of a fuck no moment because it was just like. There's nobody here. There's no furries. There's no hedgehogs.
There's no furries!
There was nothing. There was nothing.
Not even a Sega Genesis
Furries!
Hey,
Fuck.
I got
Yeah.
a question. What about the Project Girls?
Oh yeah, they were nice. They
They
had
were
they
cool.
had a table right next to us or whatever.
Okay,
and-
explain. I'm assuming
That's
this is a
what-
reference
that's
to
what-
the chat.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Chat.
Explain.
Yeah, explain what
The-
should be
They're
like
just
that.
our neighbors, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, but they were. They were super nice, and they were like, they came to our panel. They took a couple photos. We took a photo with them, like in the green room. And
I
stuff
still
like
don't
that.
know what they do
And
though.
They
They
do.
were
They do.
team.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do songs in Japanese. They sing songs
Yeah.
in Japanese and
Okay.
do J-pop,
Yeah.
things and choreography and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Do they have enough members to be Morning Musume? Probably not. So, and I just made a reference. Probably.
I was gonna say.
I don't
Yeah,
No enemies for me, unfortunately.
yeah, really.
So
We're not we do like you used to be.
yeah, recovering weeaboo. Yes. So since we're kind of on the subject of Sonic,
Okay.
Nintendo versus Sega. Most of your material
Okay, man
is
is gonna say something.
Yeah.
And
All
then
I
it's gonna
know
say
is that I grew up with an NES and an SNES. I
Okay.
played a little bit of Sega. Not even my cousins had it. Like I went to like an after-school daycare, and sometimes there was a Genesis, and I was just like, okay, whatever. But I was never really influenced by Sega.
right.
So all of my musical influence came from Nintendo games, and that's what I wanted to do because that's just where I want to
Well-
start. And Chris kind of went with
Sega
that.
sound chip is pretty rad though.
Yeah.
Hey, Casey.
I remember back when I was this is like in the early '90s when my dad lived in the Quad Cities.
Mm.
Well, it was like we always visit him like every weekend or every other weekend.
Right.
They had a Sega Genesis. We in Waterloo. At my mom's house we had a Super Nintendo. Guess what we brought to Quad Cities all the time?
I don't want to
Super
play
Nintendo.
Madden.
Yeah.
Shit.
Super
I'm tired of
Nintendo
Madden
had-
93.
I'm sorry, but
I still got my
you
original.
had better games on the
I still got my
Nintendo.
original.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh,
All
there
right.
you go.
I gotta.
Steve.
Squaresoft.
Okay, so here's my thing. Super Nintendo definitely had the RPGs
Mhm.
on lockdown.
Mhm.
Genesis, good sports games if you discount Madden because fuck Madden. Come on, Mutant League Football.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, okay, so that was gonna be my point.
You showed me that game, Comic Zone.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm just going. Go ahead.
But I was gonna say, sports games on the Genesis. As far as action platformers, they both really had good representation.
Yeah.
30 Seth said
Hi,
something
Seth.
about.
Hi, Seth.
Oh snap! Shit's about to get.
This whole interview's about to just implode upon itself.
Yeah.
The whole apartment complex is filled.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Never say an unkind word about the SNES.
SNES. My opinion about it, I had a Super Nintendo and Genesis roughly at the same time. I mean, I got one for one birthday, the other for the next birthday. And my thing about it is I felt like the Super Nintendo just overall had the catalog that I was more like, really in tune with, especially with RPGs as an RPG fan. But
the sports game was for people who had sports games.
NFL Blitz!
That was Jay, by the way. So.
Genesis though, when it hit. Like Shining Force and like Phantasy Star 4, like all those Phantasy Star games. And like just,
Galaxy Force for me.
Yeah. And it's like the games,
shooters. Thank you.
The games that just really stick out. Toe Jam and Earl. Some of my favorite video game music. It's just like the games that people got into on Genesis. If they got into them, really just ingrains itself into your mind. But just the Super Nintendo overall just had more of a smattering of
I was gonna say,
there's a little bit of good in everything and great RPGs.
Yeah, I was gonna say with Super Nintendo, I mean, like the one mascot everybody got was Mario.
Yeah.
But with Sega, I mean, you had so many great characters.
What about Link and Samus?
Link is.
Samus. To me, Samus didn't really come about
until Super Metroid.
Yeah. But
One
even
of the best
then,
games that was ever
you
made.
had Sonic, Toe Jam and Earl.
Yeah.
I think the character representation and how hip might have went better with Sega than Super Nintendo up until years later.
It seems to me, and I could be wrong.
Excuse
on
me,
this,
Seth.
but
What the hell does that mean?
a lot of the like best stuff on the Genesis was made by like smaller developers. Like Toe Jam and Earl was like 2 guys.
Yeah.
And so you have a little smaller development teams making great stuff. Whereas Nintendo, of course, being the more popular of the systems, I think at the time had more of the shovelware.
Yeah.
And
Mario was missing.
I like that kid.
Mario's missing.
Wasn't that also the was that?
Mario's
that
Time
software-
Machine.
Well, at least that shuffleboard is a lot better than what shuffleboard we have
On the Wii?
now, on the Wii.
On the
Oh, I don't know. The Bronchiosaurus. a platforming game about controlling a dinosaur, and managing your asthma.
I played that. I actually played that.
Good.
What-
Yeah, like
We played that, right?
Bronchiosaurus. They actually did a stream. You only did like 30 minutes. Or
We were both playing that, right? I was just like, what's going on
I played
here?
that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we did that live, I think, once.
Yeah.
Nintendo had some really... They had 2 Chester Cheetah games.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ported those over to Genesis or not, but
3D Seth says, Mario was missing? You mean like in Luigi's Mansion?
like in the Software Toolworks, makers of Mavis Beacon.
Mavis Beacon! That's how I learned to type, right there.
Well, they had Mario Teaches Typing on
Yeah,
PC as well.
I remember that one.
I don't remember that.
I just
Sad.
wish
I
for
didn't know
like
about that.
Mario Paint they actually had a printer. I came up with
Yeah,
some good
they
stuff.
had one on the Game Boy.
See, I'm a drawer, so I use
You're
it
like,
a lot.
yeah, look at that. Now let me print.
And of course,
Take a picture of the TV.
Yeah.
There we go.
and I mean, when Sonic hit, he hit hard, on the Genesis. So
Yeah.
I think
Processing. Yeah.
it really was just what games did you play? It's because if you played enough of the great Genesis games, then you probably were going to prefer the Genesis.
Yeah.
But again, I sided with Super Nintendo because I just really liked it. And
I want to kill more zombies by typing, "Yay, Dreamcast!"
Oh yeah, they
That
were
was
doing,
Steve-O, by the
doing
way.
that.
Yeah.
Huh?
yeah.
That's
That was Timo, by the way.
They were doing that tournament at Game Over
They
today,
were.
weren't they?
I was
I
gonna
think so,
I was
yeah.
gonna do that, man. I typed 132 words per minute, so I was like,
Oh,
I actually saw that post, and, I was thinking about it, and I thought, fuck it.
speaking
65
speaking
years.
about Dreamcast, we have to talk about something later about that. A game that we want to play.
Okay.
A bunch of people.
Well, actually, I was going to say, as far as Nintendo versus Sega, and the only thing I have to say about Sega, if anybody talks bad about the Dreamcast, somebody's getting cut.
I love the
I mean,
Dreamcast.
yeah, that's-
What?
Dreamcast is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rush 2049.
That was the first Sega system that I
I played-
actually really played.
Yeah.
Virtual tennis.
I was really impressed by the first Panzer Dragoon. I was just like,
yeah.
It was an on-rail shooter, but I'd never really seen one before, so I was just like, I was in awe of just how great it was.
Maybe I should go buy that copy of Panzer Dragoon Saga I saw. So.
Yeah, I think Sega Dreamcast is probably one of my top favorite game console.
I have to say though, about Toe Jam and Oral, that's probably like the only game that I can think of that doesn't age well. Because I actually played it a couple of months ago, and
you've never played Lunar Silver Star on the original Sega CD.
Oh my god, the original one? I've never played that one. I played the PlayStation ones, and
the
they're
original
fantastic,
one doesn't have the world's best pop culture reference.
No!
Damn you, Victor Ireland! Damn you!
Yes.
Yeah. So
that's one of the games that brings the nerd conversations.
That
when you start talking about Lunar, you start talking about the PlayStation version and the Game Boy Advance
I've only
version.
played the PlayStation version with the awesome voice acting.
That's
awesome.
one of the games, probably besides the original Final Fantasy, that I've seen just get completely reworked, like from the ground up, more times than anything else.
All right, so actually we're gonna take a quick break.
Oh, okay.
And then when we come back, you got the music. Good shit.
Yes.
Producer did shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I want to get to like the cool part of the song because I can't hear shit. Let me know when the cool part comes along.
Anyway,
like a lame cool. I don't know how to play it. That's Bandwagon, so.
Yes.
All right,
This is
so
going to break.
let's go. All right, so guys, when we come back, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. Blood all over the place.
a lot of blood.
A lot of blood. It's a blood fountain.
Sometimes purple, sometimes green.
It's not all right, folks, we're back. Spegwagon.
.net. Drink bitches.
Yes, or now fight bitches.
Fight bitches.
And yes, we're here for Mortal Kombat.
Toasty.
So, we picked up the PS3 version,
Yes, we did.
and
Unfortunately, we couldn't play it online, but that's a whole other story.
Anonymous. Well, I don't know. So, hopefully you enjoyed our Yars Revenge review. Yeah, Yars Revenge.
That was a lot.
Yes.
Yars Revenge, lovely.
Yeah, great game. High ratings from Spangwagon. So we decided to do a game that actually people might pay attention to. So we went with Mortal Kombat because nobody knows Arcana or 3. So,
Which is unfortunate.
yes. Brew and I, we love our fighting games.
Yeah. Especially like Third Strike, and there's some compare and contrast between regular arcade games and this, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, and that's like the thing is people are know Street Fighter. I mean, it has just hit everybody upside the head ever since it came out.
1990, what, 2?
Yeah. So, so everybody's like Street Fighter, and then we've got some games that have come back, and they decided to do a Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and this whole wave, apparently, I don't know, I think it either started with Street Fighter 4, or Street Fighter 4 was kind of the sign that it was. What are you
What's she
doing?
doing?
Sorry.
Cat pawns in the door.
The cat's
What's
not
that?
going to claw out from under the door. But,
You're interrupting their professional review.
Professional.
But no, like ever since Street Fighter 4 came out, there's just been this huge wave, this resurgence.
I mean, yeah,
of,
because
like,
we got Blaze Blue, we got KOF,
KOF, I can
we
get
got
this.
Marvel. Hey, I like KOF. Except not 12. We got Marvel.
You know,
Marvel.
who cares? This
Fuck
is-
the next. We got cat. We got cat problems back here.
Yes, I mean, that's
Sorry, it's just too funny.
So apparently Chow might join us for MK review. So
Tau Kaka.
Chow
I think that's
Anybody who gets that, yes,
Yeah.
Blaze Blue.
Slashy. So, but no, everybody's done Street Fighter and all that shit. We decided to go with Mortal Kombat, especially because Air Mattress, like Mortal Kombat, and he kind of sucks at Street Fighter. So
I suck at both. What are you talking about?
you're doing better at MK right now. So we're actually going to go into 2-player mode here. Now, one thing about 1 player, there's actually a lot that can go on this game. Challenge Tower, they got a ton of shit you can unlock in this game.
Although the basic consensus is that 1-player story mode is kind of broken.
Yeah, when Shao Kahn builds meter and doesn't lose from EX moves and everything has fucking armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Spam fireballs when you play Liu Kang. Let me attack.
Yeah, it's a fallback on that. It's not as fun.
I did something different against Shark Combo.
I'm actually curious because I tried combos and it kind of worked, but I was like, fuck,
yeah, I didn't do fireballs. What I did is I did the flying dragon kick or whatever, and I just continued to walk backwards. And for some reason, that broke the game. Where he would do, I would only have to do like 2 of those things, and then for the rest of the time, he would just sit there and taunt me. He wouldn't even come after me. Yeah, and he'd be like, "It's official, you suck." Like those things, whatever, and just hold back until the time ran out, and he died. Like, it was that easy.
Wow.
You know.
That's good.
But it took me like dying like 20 times to figure that out, and me quitting the game and being like, "Fuck you!" Like this is ridiculous. This is ridiculously impossible. Everything has armor. Every move stuns me.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I had a problem.
Yeah.
I was
about to throw
swear so
freaking-
much.
Yeah, I was freaking getting pissed off like that.
Yeah, you throw my Galaga stick, I throw you. Okay. I'll use it.
No, but you should tell him what you.
meter.
You should tell him what you did to beat him.
Actually, he's on the game, so I didn't
Yeah, I'm
see
on
the
the
Galaga stick. So. Actually, go back to our camera for a moment. Not so much for the Galaga stick, but there was an interesting thing we discovered for the controls.
Oh yeah.
Here. So, as you probably heard, they actually did release their own stick, classic X pattern, which sucks balls.
Yeah.
Hap controls. Now, here's one thing we discovered. And actually, go show them the stick you've got here. Mad Catz TE. You know, if you play Street Fighter, you're familiar with it. Go ahead and flip back to. Now, one thing we had discovered here in options. Apparently, the controller settings is for all players.
Oh my god.
So here's the thing. Now, if you're playing on a TE, you know you're probably going to want your setup done in a specific way. Like for me, it was 2 block buttons in the middle, have one set of punch kicks on the right hand side, one set of punch kicks on the left. Problem is, everybody's got to agree to do that. And if you have sticks with different button setups, like a Street Fighter TE versus a Marvel TE, you're kind of fucked because the button layouts are different. Here, with an MK stick and a TE, seems to work so far.
Long story short, somebody's gonna get plugs.
Yeah, which is going to be funny for EVO since they're playing it this year.
I think they're probably just gonna have to have a bunch of people with the Mortal Kombat setup.
We're going to have like a suitcase full of sticks.
Actually,
You realize that, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a suitcase just all arcade sticks. And like, you guys are a bunch of nerds, and you're like, you're at a fucking fighting game or a tournament. Go figure. So we're actually just going to go ahead and go into 1 versus 1 versus mode here.
And you're about to watch me get my ass.
It used to be test your might, now it's test your luck.
Yeah.
It's actually
like
one of the
casino.
unlockables. It's like a Mortal Kombat slot machine.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's like a casino and slot machine.
That's pretty funny.
So now one thing I want to point out here.
I'll go with noob since I'm the noob. Yeah.
Now, I like how
I remember.
if
I
you look
think
at
the character, yeah.
I've noticed if you look at the portraits,
Yeah.
if you look at them, they pretty much just copy. Well, here's an example. Katana.
The cleavage?
Not even so much. No, not even so much.
That's the thing I noticed.
Look at the shoulder. Look at the shoulders. Okay. Katana, Jade, Sonya, and where's
I'm very
Emelina.
bothered by this.
Oh, by the way, Melina, J-Lo has a thing about Melina. She's mostly a naked boob monster who jumps on you and chomps on your face.
Yep.
especially
Well, I
that
like
one
it.
chapter
I
that you
think
go
she-
through in the flesh
yeah.
pits.
I think she also qualifies as a butterface, you know?
Yeah. wrap a flag around her head and do it for
Wow,
her.
that actually sounds pretty damn cool.
I really hope that's Steve Ritchie.
I don't know who it is.
Steve Ritchie, master of many great pinball machines.
Speaking of the flesh bits.
No.
It is a new Cybot actually was
I wish Ray
character
was
could ever enter.
Yeah, he's actually the first
That's okay. Go ahead and turn down the audio.
I don't know.
So I can hear some speech. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of loud.
Damn, you had that shit up to 90?
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Not number 3.
Well, they don't make it here yet, so turn it down.
I just tried to parry that. I can't parry that.
This is not third strike.
I know. It's muscle memory, okay?
I guess, jeez.
Oh, what? How did I do that?
Blocking disabled?
Yes, there, actually, let's,
Come on, Raiden.
yeah, no.
Come on, you can do that.
Ah, damn.
I want to grab.
So,
Get back here so I can grab you. Oh, there you go.
You don't know. That's what's so cool.
I hate that move. So now, one thing, if you're familiar with a lot of the classic Mortal Kombat 1 through 3, if you remember the moves, forget them. They've changed.
Oh, one thing that stays the same, you still have to press the blog button.
Yeah.
Which pisses me off.
Yeah.
Well, it's Mortal Kombat. What do you
I
expect?
guess so.
Whoa.
What the hell just happened?
Amanda's currently enjoying the cat fight over here.
It's funny. It's like he sticks his arm underneath the door and then he disappears. Like, get shy.
Alright.
So Raiden's supposed to be a god. I mean, is he supposed to have like blood and stuff?
I'm glad you're not the only one who asked that
Well,
question.
I mean, that question's been asked since, what, like 1994?
Yeah.
God's believed up there.
Even though he's a god, though, he has to be in physical form, so I guess that brings, blood with it. If he were in his, ethereal form, I don't think it would matter if he has one.
But I mean, at least he could have got some sturdier clothes.
That would be the fun of that.
Yeah, right. He's
So-
trying to blend in with the humans.
Trying to give him
It's just
glowing white eyes.
It just goes to show, it's like,
There's electricity surrounding him.
there's no functional use for any uniform in this entire game.
All I know
And
is
definitely the female uniform.
the only
Yeah, no kidding, right?
No, aerodynamic.
you know who Raiden looks like.
I don't know about that. I mean, I'd be afraid of them,
You guys know who Raiden looks like?
having an accident.
It
And
looks like
there you
Dr.
go.
Emmett
No,
Brown
he's so
with
skin
the funny
tight.
hats.
There's no way that could move at all.
I don't know about that.
It's like formed to their body. You can see it, like it cups every little,
I know, but there's different physics involved that men, I guess, just don't understand. It's like, yes, he can be form-fitting, but depending on the size,
No, it's literally painted on.
you're... I mean, you need supports. You need supports.
So, one thing,
There are no boob
So
physics.
unrealistic.
There are boot physics.
There are boob physics. I didn't see him jiggle.
They do.
dead or
Yeah,
alive!
real close.
Okay.
That's very
Yeah,
uncomfortable,
there's no
by the way.
deal. There's
I
no
couldn't even
DOA.
imagine trying to
No,
fight
it's not that.
Extreme.
things not being,
Not
you
that
know,
extreme
supported.
beach volleyball.
It's total bullshit. Like, why do these guys get like full armor?
Why the women have
Yes,
weapons on?
I mean,
That is the way women choose to fight.
in Mortal Kombat,
I don't
they
think
do.
you want to see some guys
I mean-
sacked.
Easy.
Well, okay, I guess it just. I don't even know what it depends on. Because I can't really say the demographic. Because if it was a bunch of girls playing, they wouldn't want to see that either.
Well, okay, so here's what. Okay, so one, 13-year-olds. So two, 13-year-olds. I don't know. So anyway,
Number 13.
Don't pause the game.
Distraction here, looking at my boobs.
Yeah.
So
It's just that's like such a tired complaint. I'm sure that
I
it's
tricked
been
you, now I'm
going on
eating your
for,
face.
50 years, but
Well,
it's just
So now one thing about the new MK is, if you remember MK3, it had pretty much canned combos.
Yeah.
Now
I
here,
remember that.
okay, now here it's a lot more fluid, but the hitboxes are so strange. Like one combo that pretty much everybody has, jump punch, pretty much like 1-2, that's special. Everybody has that. But the spacing is so strange
Can I stare
that
at my
like the
boobs?
head,
I just ate your eyes.
the hitbox for the head is like so small that if you're not precise about your spacing, you're going to miss like a pretty easy combo. So that was kind of one weird piece to MK. That's I don't know how to make of it. So anybody else want to join in? Anybody? Fielder?
I can try.
Okay.
I'll try. All right, I get to use the Street Fighter style. This
The
is-
Galaga stick.
Yes. All right. Am I?
Oh,
Go
well,
down.
you got selection. Choose
Oh,
other magic.
She's a woman.
No.
I need to see what we're talking
sensibly
about.
dressed woman.
Actually, I know who I'll choose. Actually.
Good.
By the way,
Player one.
Yeah.
Yes.
by the way, Jay is calling.
Well, I
Jay,
know
Robert.
the original Mortal Kombat.
Jay the
players.
Yellow is calling you guys button mashers.
Ooh.
Yeah, Liu Kang. This is gonna be really cheap. I'm sorry.
Hey, now speaking of scantily clad, There's a totally topless Liu Kang.
Yeah, okay. But is he wearing a thong? No.
You can't tell. Look at his freaking robe goes all the way to his belly
but
button.
he's not just wearing a thong.
You know, when I do martial arts, I prefer to use a thong.
Oh, really?
Just like
really?
that guy,
I just
you know,
learned
he's
something
at a
about
gig.
John, and I probably
What?
should
You
not
know that
have
guy
ever
goes to gig
known.
once.
Ever.
What'd you say?
About my drummer.
What?
I learned something about my drummer that I should have never heard. Come on.
Things like that happen when you're in a fan family.
Family. Yes.
Whatever we call it.
Jade has a vagina right below her boobs, by the way.
Oh, really? So
Oh,
there's two
that
vaginas
that female
or...
2-pack that they do in comic books and stuff.
Okay, I'm not...
Like they can't draw one downstairs, so they just put it like put it in there for stomach
Oh,
muscles.
come on.
I can hear all the button mashing.
Yes! I'm trying to figure out what my combos are.
See what? Who's this?
What?
What's going on with the blood? Jesus.
Hey,
What are we...
Apparently you can get
okay,
splashed.
who's
That's
Liu
pretty
Kang?
Huh?
Who's Liu Kang?
I'm not gonna pick a girl in this game. I
I'm
never
too
pick
proud.
girls anyway.
Hey,
I
Robert.
mean, I never pick girls.
Uh,
They're always too lame. Unless they're like, you know,
spank Liu Kang with your boots.
Okay.
Surprised they haven't made that a move.
That's a lot of fucking blood.
You've never played
It's called the
Street
reverse
Fighter,
murder.
have you?
No.
It's called the reverse protocol.
Yeah.
I mean, here I am, you know, female guitarist of a video game tribute band.
Oh,
you don't see
wow.
them anywhere,
Excellent.
ever.
I always wondered what that move was for when I was playing as Liu Kang. He just goes like that and his arms get on fire. I'm like, what is that for? Now I know.
Great.
It's like, yeah,
Those little
kicking,
kicks.
It's just
kicking,
petty
kicking.
shin kicking.
I'm trying to figure out what the buttons
Oh, nice.
do. Alright. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Pixel.
Now here's ridiculous. Watch this. Watch.
Oh my god!
Yes.
And the guys are cheering
it off!
and I'm mad.
And she's like, how do you like my explosive
I'm
diamond?
just mad at this. Okay. Well then,
How do you like my
rematch.
blood and tendons, boys?
Yeah.
I'm gonna select a new character. How about that?
Only with an American fighting game, I swear to God.
Yes.
It's nice to know that, like, you know, the video
What'd
game
you do?
industry has not grown up
Oh.
in 20 years.
Amanda,
No.
You hit
This
circle.
time I did not touch. I hit X. Remember, X was the good one.
Oh,
Circle was
actually,
bad.
yeah, go ahead and hit X.
Okay.
Yeah, you got control at the moment.
Nope.
Or
Go down.
Wait.
Go down one. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, this just goes to show how ridiculous this game can get
I'll
sometimes.
pick Johnny Cage. I'll
Mortal
pick
Kombat
Cage.
chicks are all
Oh no!
See?
Oh no!
So
Wait,
you hit
wait.
square.
Or so.
Hit circle.
Oh,
There you go.
I'm gonna pick Johnny Cage because I need to pick somebody who's.
Mortal Kombat chicks are all ninja whores.
Just the way I like it.
Hey,
I need to pick the
douchebag
male
gets
equivalent
Sub-Zero.
Wait,
of
is that how
what's
you like
going
the
on
boys or
here
your
with the
ninjas?
women. And well, he's not
Both.
wearing a thong.
Yeah.
Very good. He still looks like a douchebag to me.
Exactly. Okay, I just know my original Mortal Kombat characters. I just don't remember how to do anything with this guy.
The least they can do to make, you know, for gender equality is, you know, put in some outlines on the men. There you go.
Outlines? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
you know.
Banana hammocks is what we're looking at.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. They're completely flat downstairs. Like
yeah. There's
they're
They're
Ken
like a
dolls.
Barbie doll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, I
It's
did
a
a
splash kick.
I did
Yeah, exactly.
the Guile somersault.
Yeah.
thing. Oh my gosh. I compared it to Guile.
Yeah.
Because I know my Street Fighter.
And there's Sonic Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Flash kick Sonic Boom.
Maybe that's why I actually played this.
That was funny. He's like, catch. Oh.
Oh, don't touch that.
Give him the fruit.
so,
Ooh.
Man.
I learned this guy. Oh shit, I'm watching. Okay.
Yeah, you're like, I learned this. I'm hitting the wrong button.
is there a way to quantify the button mashing into a rating? Like,
Oh
for
no!
button mash, you gotta give it an 8 out of 10.
It's not
Street
Smash
Battle.
Brothers.
You're either mashing or you're not.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just like, yeah, yeah. Okay, the trip thing.
Somebody use an X-ray move already. Oh yeah.
Yeah, X-rated.
I don't know how do you do
X-rated.
that.
That's one problem with the MK stick.
Yeah,
But you
that's
got-
really awkward. You have to take your hand off the joystick to.
No, it's easy enough. Let me see if I can.
Yes!
Oh, she got you in the
Finally,
middle.
I'm a douche.
I puddle
Okay.
on the floor is where he puts himself. They froze. Yeah, she also that X-rated kind of thing. Whatever. I'm curious.
Oh shit! Hey, I get tack the ice.
Oh!
Okay. I don't think that matters, but.
Wait, X-ray moves are just SWA, right?
Yeah.
She hasn't figured out how to do that yet.
Oh! Come on.
Trying to figure out how to do the crouch punch.
Oh yeah!
There we
Oh
go.
shit! How did I do that? How did I do that? Do that again! I did the crotch punch. Oh my gosh! Oh no! Don't
I
touch
forgot
it.
how to do it.
Don't touch it! Ah! Come on! No! No!
That's
Come
something
on!
very
Do it again!
familiar about
Do it again!
all
Do
that.
it again!
You're
Crotch
frozen
punch.
in
Try to,
midair.
like, double
Have
tap
a
down.
ridiculous
Ah! Fuck it.
Very,
I'm
very
not gonna
MK3.
Yeah, that's
pose. I don't see a fatality
that's
on
what I
my
played a
phone.
lot.
Damn, I don't have enough meter for my X-ray.
Hey, Robert, walk away for a second.
Okay.
Oh! Okay. That's it. This is
Now it's go time.
Yes!
Oh.
Ah! Come on.
Do they still have a run in this?
No, they actually have double taps.
Oh, right.
Which I like better
I like
than
the double tap. You don't go very far.
Yeah, oh no! Come on, Johnny, dude, you're all bloody and you don't have your sunglasses, whatever. Come on, come on.
Just when he has the sunglasses, just one side's broken off, I think.
Do they have
Your
Strider?
Bison sunglasses.
Strider?
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah,
Striker, yeah.
Striker, sorry.
yeah, striker.
Each striper,
He's got his,
Christian
he's got his bat. Or
the hell with the double what?
Yeah, he uses that as his X-ray move. What he'll do is
Oh,
he'll
there's
flash his
a-
flashlight and blind you.
There's
He'll
a
hit you on the top of the head with
Christian
it.
in the 80s
He'll pull
called
out
Striker.
his
Yeah,
nightstick,
I
smack you on the
remember
side of it,
that.
and pull out a taser and tase you with it. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm doing the trip cheat. I'm deliberately not doing that because
Alright,
it's
then, Bison.
cheap as hell.
Oh, you just said the cross punch again.
Yeah. Wait.
X-ray!
No!
Ah, thanks.
Oh my
That
god!
was your spleen.
Alright, I'm done. I retire.
Alright,
I won against Lobos and I lost. Alright.
I will tag in.
Fortunately, that was
Well,
enough.
wait, didn't the camera?
Oh, we got like 4 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do one.
Yeah, we just started playing. Let's go on, screw it.
Yeah.
11:30.
Whatever.
You guys not? That's not the first time that's happened.
Yeah. We went up to like midnight.
I think it was
one time.
Scorpion.
Oh, okay.
That's my new player right there, is Smoke. He's
I'll
pretty
play a
good.
girl since Amanda didn't want to.
Oh, fuck
Smoke.
that. I'm gonna play girl.
Here's the thing, the really radical costume changes, Smoke kind of makes sense because he was just like a white ninja. Ermac looks nothing like he did.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
remember
It's
of
weird.
that.
He actually changed in.
I heard that.
It's either-
Yeah, and the
in,
Ninja Gaiden.
Either Deadly Alliance or Deception, I forget. That's when they changed the way Ermac looked.
Because it's probably going to be more monotonous anyways.
Well, what do you expect with Alex Walk?
There is no way she has any support going on up
She
there.
has any
Like,
support.
I'm serious.
She's a princess. of
Okay,
Dragon
there
Ball.
better be
Exactly.
a wire in that bra. That's not even a bra.
She doesn't need support because.
Haven't you been paying any attention? Didn't you see the scars?
Okay.
The support comes from within.
Ah, I see.
Wow.
I was gonna say that the only way it's possible for someone to be that athletic is to not be well endowed. In that.
Oh,
particular-
not naturally.
No, not naturally. So
You can buy the
unnaturally.
endowment.
Sure, the scar is
Endowment
fine,
for the arts.
whatever. Yeah.
That is.
If it's art, then there's a joke there, and I can't make it right now.
The dress goes right up her ass.
What?
Jayla Yellow said the dress goes up her ass.
It does.
We don't want it to be.
Oh, shit!
Damn.
Whoa. There's no. Okay, you cannot survive that. Or that.
Let's rationalize a completely fictional
Rocka.
video game that has
What?
gallons of blood spewing out at every punch.
Yeah, I was gonna say who's rational.
And just oops all over the place.
There's no
exactly.
way to to rationalize.
Ah,
what
hell, I thought
it. There never has been.
Aerodynamic.
Hey, Amanda.
Huh?
Pretty says, I don't know, Amanda. I just saw you teach you the dealership yesterday.
I mean, there's plenty of, coming from within with the whole scar
So I like
business.
I like that these guys in the background aren't really fighting. It's like in the Ninja Turtles movies.
Yeah,
So
where
they
they
just sit there and pose in the background.
No, they're actually keeping them there so they don't run away.
Oh, I see.
They're
You can
guards.
no, that would actually make
I don't
sense
remember
if you could.
fatality.
Alright, next.
I'll go.
Alright.
Alright.
My link.
She's got a black eye.
Yeah, she winks at you with her black eye.
Yep.
Domestic abuse.
What? Yeah, let's do two chicks.
Yeah.
Two chicks at the same
Two
time, man.
chicks at the same
Two chicks
black
per
eye.
fight.
What'd you say?
Her black eye.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, hey baby, look at my black eye, I'm so sexy. I just fell down the stairs.
I'll be Sonya. Let's play
Yeah.
I'll listen from now
I gotta
on.
do the kiss of death. Wow.
Boob war.
See, I've got like a flash chest.
2 on
Jack
2?
on.
Oh, we got enough controllers for that, don't we?
See, boob physics.
I'll have to do this the hard way.
They're just not DOA boob physics. Those are the,
No,
yeah,
no.
they are kind of
Yeah,
bouncing around. I see them.
They're sentient. Make you get up and walk away.
Holy
after
shit, dude.
Wow. Oh no, this.
God, that move.
Oh,
That is one thing I definitely like about this game. They've added EX moves.
Yeah.
The X-ray moves, they're very much just like super. But
Oh,
the meter setup
X-ray.
is.
I thought you said X-rated.
Oh.
And I'm like, what?
well, that's close to it.
It's already ultra violent. I guess there's, I guess if you show who falling out
By
or
the way,
something, then...
good lord, Sonya fights like Yoda.
Jeez. Man,
There's
that
no
chick. I
way
learned that chick.
that
I
would
just had to
ever
abuse it.
work
Yeah, you did.
right there. No way.
Jesus Christ!
No way.
What the fuck?
God bless America.
Why is this even attractive? Why do I even need to ask you guys?
Yeah,
this?
exactly. Why is that even a question?
Well, hey, for the record, even as a guy, because especially it's a video game, I'm actually embarrassed. I'd actually feel embarrassed
I'm
by DOA.
embarrassed. It's like, really?
All right, I'm gonna do the
They're
PS3
boobs.
exclusive
So
character
what?
Kratos.
Oh no.
Oh, girl, I've got him.
Who's actually holding up that piece of best?
Her boob.
You cannot hold boobs
Jayla Young
with
says
a,
her boob got bigger when she
torn
saluted
off
it.
Yeah.
piece of fabric.
Unless there's like tape underneath.
Okay. No, it
Duct
doesn't
tape.
even work like that. I don't
Yeah, it
even.
does.
I don't know how to
It
explain
does.
it to you guys. It's
It
like
doesn't matter.
there's gravity.
Now, this is one thing I didn't care for in the PS3 version. They have Kratos from God of War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roctos. He's got his
Roctos.
Yeah, he's got his little foam slippers on.
Whoa!
What they can't do is Spark from Halo, because we already had that in DOA 4, so, for the Xbox version.
Plus, who cares about Halo?
Yeah, fuck Halo.
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm like concentrate on some
Shit.
fire.
To the face.
Okay, skull is
Wait a minute, if it's a cyborg, how does it have bones?
Because he's actually a human underneath the thing.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
found out.
The side- yeah,
all
the
the costume
cyber
changes
initiative.
is without
Yeah.
the mask on. It's
Yeah.
human.
Yeah, because that's what it is. I mean, you just had a cybernetic
Isn't
enhancement.
Cyrax the one who can do that like web of
Yes.
stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
the green glowing.
Yeah.
The web of stuff. That's
Yeah, I
Web
remember.
of stuff.
There was a run button in Mortal
Oh,
Kombat
you did
3.
the
That's all I
time?
remember.
How did I do that?
That's awesome.
Give me that back.
Yeah, that's why it's broken. He has those moves from like the God of War games.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, you're away from the grenade.
Good job, man.
So would you say this game is a totally immersive experience?
I really feel like I'm punching the crap out of a robot.
That's the galaxy stick for you.
Instead of Space Insects, you're beating the crap out of robots.
That's one of my favorite reviews of a game,
Oh.
game ever, where they're
What are you gonna do once you try
controller
that?
being like
Oh.
a robot threw up on an
Yeah!
a robot threw up on a boomerang.
By the way, this is for Amanda.
What?
Jay the Yellow says,
Okay.
poor Amanda tried to argue about boobs with guys playing video
This
games.
is a sausage fest in here. Seriously.
No, it's from a
Then
video.
3D
Anal fist like a sausage fist.
says hooray for boobies.
Okay, now as a guy, I love boobs.
Yeah.
But for video games, no, it's stupid.
It's
like,
stupid.
I'm playing a fucking
Exactly.
video game.
Yes.
It's not sex. Come on.
These are two different things, people.
Yeah.
Sex and video games.
No.
Now, admittedly, I smoke
Yeah.
after both, but that's not related.
Yeah. So the appeal to me about the girls isn't like the size of their boobs or whatever, but it's just fun to make
Size
fun
of
of
their
and look at
parts.
it. And,
Yeah,
like,
that's probably
But
why.
that's-
I always
it's
hated
just-
picking the girls
it's
for that
so
reason.
it's
It
so
was
just, it's just so funny because it's not something that you would
You know
say
what they need the next game, next fighting game, some pair girl with just no boobs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You kind of get that. Street Fighter 4, they kind of started changing that.
That would be realistic. They're that muscular.
That's
you
the thing.
know?
Like this is a complete
Yeah.
suspension of reality. Like that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Well, like in Third Strike, you got Makoto.
I know.
The judo
I want to
girl.
see. I want to see a Rufus character, but like female Rufus, like.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's
that
when
would
women.
be- but
That's
that
when
would-
women's power will be, exercised through video games.
I don't give a shit about women's power. Just please make gravity actually work.
Have them
here.
put some damn
I mean,
clothes
seriously,
on.
Well,
that's
I
all
mean,
I care about.
okay, when somebody
Yeah.
somebody uppercuts you and you go flying 10 feet,
Yeah.
physics does not enter into any kind of equation. There's no
I don't
basis in
care about
If
reality.
it was
women's
real
power or
physics,
rights, all I
If it was
care
real
about-
physics, your head would pop
Yeah,
off.
exactly. Your head would leave your body. If
I
you
don't care. I just don't see
You
any
just stabbed
guys
him with a
wearing
knife and
what
he
the
got
girls
struck
are
with
wearing.
lightning
That's all
on
I
his way
care
down.
about.
Except if he was gay in the video game, he probably wear nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, why would be? I'm not even gonna. Why would
He'd be
be
wearing a-
actually
no.
enter into the equation? I'm not gonna say. it.
He'd be wearing a thumb and fairy wings and
Yeah.
like he's in the
Sure.
parade.
Not showing
I
Inky
don't
the
know.
fighting game.
So that does bring up a good point. Is there actually any obviously gay male characters in fighting games?
Not
Not
male.
fighting games, but showing Inky.
Oh yes, there is.
Yeah, Chokinky, yeah.
Guilty Gear.
In fighting games,
Bridget.
I don't play.
Everybody's gay for Bridget, yes. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, play as Bridget. That's what Yellow said.
You've never played Guilty Gear, have you?
Nope.
Damn, you need
I
to
played
do
the
that.
fuck out of Savage.
I mean, a lot of the male Squaresoft characters are arguably
Yeah,
androgynous
yeah.
for a reason.
They're David Bowie,
But
minus the musical talent and all the money.
I don't know. They're androgynous because they always end up getting the girl in the end. So
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's just barely.
As for female, I don't know. I don't play very many modern
Where's the
games,
arrow?
but I never seen
No,
Samus
no.
have a boyfriend.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's the wrong button.
And don't play the other M then.
I've heard about that.
Well, it's just.
What did she get with that major that keeps telling her
No,
not to
I
use
don't
buttons or something?
I don't know if she
I
gets
have
it
no
anymore,
idea what happens in that
but
game.
I know that the game explores her more sensitive, totally cliche.
They should
female
never
side.
explore that. Okay, so Metroid.
Arrow on the other side.
Yeah, we're talking about stuff based in reality.
That's it.
Like,
I
Metroid
honestly
did.
think that it was somewhat inspired by Alien. just watching the movie Aliens, like that Samus right there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Her
So
character named Ridley.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ridley's close enough.
I think it was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that like they intentionally.
I was thinking, I was like, you know, they never actually made a Metroid movie before, and I hope they never do.
I'm sorry. That has to be a discussion for another episode.
Yeah.
Video game movies, but.
Oh yeah, video game movies. Yeah.
I love this ending though. This is like one of the best character victory scenes.
That is actually really cool.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Burn in fire.
Alright, Justin's up.
Would you like to play, Chris?
That air mattress gets like.
Get my ass kicked. Get my ass whooped.
I think it's the. I was doing
Cats.
careful on that stick. But now
Cats.
I'm here. There's less buttons. Why are there less buttons?
Oh, those actually.
No, there's
the
it's
same.
yeah, there's just yeah.
Oh, those were included
Yeah,
in there.
those were included.
Maybe I was painting those too much.
Okay, here we go.
Cabal, yeah.
The blades.
Pretty guy.
All the blades.
Those blades go out. pretty
Cabal. Oh my gosh.
Hooks.
I just remember
Hooks,
Mortal
yeah.
Kombat 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those go out, they get out there pretty far.
I don't like that guy.
I don't like what they did with Smoke. I don't like his weird, like, flowy, whitish hair.
I don't remember Smoke being anything except for some sort of a cyborg ninja, and that's it.
See, that's the thing. Like that you when you play when you play. Sorry, spoilers. You play the story mode.
Okay.
You find out because he was a Lin Kuei, which is the same faction or whatever that Sub-Zero is from.
Yeah.
And Sector and Cyrax are all from the
Yeah,
same.
yeah,
And they have this thing called the Cyber Initiative, where the headmaster, the grandmaster, thinks that they would be better served becoming these cyborgs because they have enhanced abilities and stuff like that. And so in the MK3 universe, Smoke, Sector, and Cyrax all go into the cyborg initiative or whatever, and become these cyborgs. But in this game, actually, since they go back in time or whatever, like he sends that thing back into time to himself. So Raiden, he actually changed the timeline somewhat and they save Smoke, but Sub-Zero actually gets turned into a cyborg.
Okay.
So you get a cyber Sub-Zero in this universe as opposed to the original one. This is kind of a reboot.
Yeah.
Isn't there some twisted storyline in which the older brother version of Sub-Zero,
Yeah.
he turns into a new cyborg?
Yes, that's also explained in here.
And the mask of the Sub-Zero is the
I
brother.
love the fact that we're just talking about fighting game storylines anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Why are we even talking about this?
In the
Because they're
original,
so dumb.
Because they're dumb. Exactly.
I like it. I mean, I'm in the original.
Yeah, you gotta play some
Tournament.
RPGs.
No, it's like having appreciation.
then you'll appreciate some storyline.
It's like
Those
having
get a little
appreciation.
too convoluted.
Yeah.
These are very simple, straightforward, storylines that anybody can follow.
It's very soap opera like. It's like.
But
Yeah,
You
exactly.
remember the amnesia thing?
yeah,
I don't think anybody gets amnesia or slips into a coma.
no.
Nope.
In the original tournament, Scorpion kills the original Sub-Zero, and he's resurrected by the sorcerer
I don't
Chi,
know, but
and he's a new Cybot. Or whatever.
Oh, look, I'm
Which I
missing
think
an
is
eye.
actually,
Look
I
at
don't
my
know
eye.
for sure, but anybody can figure this out. But obviously,
Okay.
new
There's
Cybot
your
backwards is
perception.
Tobias
Switching
and
it
Boone.
into
Yeah.
players.
And
I
that-
remember that.
And Boone.
Ed Boone.
Yeah, so it's like somebody.
I've already lost. I've won and lost, and that's it.
Yeah.
Players.
I think I'm. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay.
Let's put this.
I think I still have a rematch.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you gotta flip the
Yeah.
characters if you want to.
It's too late now. Oh.
Uh-oh,
Yeah,
it's
play
not
it.
too late.
It's never too late.
Are there still people in the chat room?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh
there's
my
actually-
gosh! there are
They
people
were
we know.
discussing Blood Rain.
Oh, I didn't want
actually.
that.
Awesome.
Blood Rain.
Yes, Blood Rain was the best game ever
Shit.
when it comes to scantily clad women.
Movie.
Okay, I was going to say, what? Okay, I never even saw the
Oh,
movie.
thank you.
No, I never saw the movies either. There's two.
Hey,
of them,
Ube
actually.
Bowl. Yeah, not
Yeah.
happening.
No.
I'll play with Robot.
But that was the
Wait,
that was
who
the explicit
who
person.
was the character, like the main character in the movies? Like, who was the actor or the actress?
I don't know the actress.
Nobody knows.
Okay.
I think she was a nobody.
I'm still surprised
Okay.
that he got Jason Statham for the Dungeon Siege movie,
Yeah,
which
I'm
wasn't
actually
even
sad
really
about
called
that.
Dungeon Siege.
I'm
See
sad
that?
about
I
that.
didn't even know that existed, and I
Yeah.
played Dungeon Siege.
I knew it.
Yeah, I'm sad about that because I love Jason Statham. Like, yeah, as much as one man can love another man.
Well, not. Oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just one straight man.
In the biblical sense. In the biblical
In the bromance sense.
Yeah.
You're on fire again. Oh.
What was I gonna say? I guess they decided that Cabal was gonna be like all falling apart, like instead of just having a weird face.
Yeah, what's going on with his like
You know, that's actually.
fleshy?
Well, the story behind that for Cabal is.
Story.
I know Cabal's story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh
For the viewers at home.
no, but what'd you say? You know?
Oh no, I'm just gonna say like that's like I'm trying to think of like all the instances of like fighting games where there's a fighter that's like obviously falling apart, and just why is that like such an attractive thing to put into a game?
Yeah, in
I think it's
MK3.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
You reminded what?
I'm just reminded of the vampire character from Eternal Champions.
Oh God.
With the exposed skeleton feet.
Yeah. In MK3, Cabal is actually covered from head to toe, so you don't actually see it. But the actual story behind it is he gets really badly burned by in the invasion of Earthrealm, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he was burned by Kintaro, right?
in this version, I don't know
Yeah.
about the original thing or whatever, but in this version, yeah, he was burned by Kintaro. And Kano, because Cabal is actually part of the Black Dragon gang, he was basically not put back together, but he was mostly healed by Shang Tsung, but he had fire damage to his lungs, so that mask was actually a respirator,
Right.
you know. And so that's like basically his life. He's like Darth Vader, you know. It's his life support system. You know, he can't take the mask off.
That's Mortal Kombat 3's take on it too.
Oh,
Yeah.
but by the way, going back to the Dungeon Siege movie, there was a comment in here from Seth. Says my sister's dad is a movie buff, but doesn't know much about video games, and even he said the Dungeon Siege was a terrible movie. Well, it's Uwe Boll.
Yeah, exactly. Anything that says Uwe Boll on is automatically like
It's shit.
crap.
It's a turd on a plastic disc.
Yeah.
There's so much good
Is smoke really
story
that
in
old with
video
the breaker?
games that could translate well to a movie
Yes.
if somebody
Oh, yeah.
really good
I know.
handled it,
I know.
but whatever.
Well, I mean, we just need another, Sam Raimi, you know?
Yeah, no kidding.
What's up with you?
Oh my God.
Didn't they pull the plug on the Halo movie?
Huh?
Didn't they pull the plug on the Halo movie?
Yeah.
Peter Jackson.
Why they started?
Oh my God.
But yeah, they need somebody that can just come back and refresh the genre, you know, like you have like this just like terribly mired, one after another shit, things based off of somebody else's IP. And you have somebody like Sam Raimi come along and just kind of refresh it.
Legendary
You got me on that one.
Warcraft movie.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
I don't know if it's another.
Apparently supposed to be live action.
Let's do a Battletoads movie. Yeah.
Shit,
yeah.
Why not?
Rat bitches jumping around.
Only if it's Battletoads and Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Alright.
You know?
That's like the
If we're going to be ridiculous, let's just go all the way. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because they're gonna have to do some crazy shit with the Battletoads, like where the wild things are. There's gonna be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie coming out, to be all live action like that.
Kids these days are too cynical. Why can't they just believe that gigantic frogs hanging out with humans? Come on, I'm almost 30 and I can get.
Why am I
can
seeing
get
all
into
these
it.
billboards for Trade Quest everywhere? What they did? Alright, so how about
Justin is too good.
actually, so how about we go ahead and take one last break?
Okay.
And then we'll give our final review of Mortal Kombat. Let me go back to where they can actually see people. So
Hey,
Ah.
back.
yeah.
Oh, which camera is it?
You're
that one.
actually the one on the TV.
Oh, wait,
Little
I mean,
one.
right,
Oh,
just-
hi.
Alright,
This one?
Yeah. So, but we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with our review, and we'll wrap up with the Sons of Roderick.
Yes.
Let's make wagon.
Dun,
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 dun.
Bitches.
Hey, wait, you know how to work that thing?
Shut up. I don't know, because I decided to annoy you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you should move the camera.
So,
They can only see
alright, we're back. So, here
Or
with
way over there.
everybody wave. If you're on acid right now, this is really great. It's 480p trails, yeah. So, Mortal Kombat. And what are your thoughts?
That's all I got.
That's like
It's kind of like the Mortal Kombat I remember, but not really. That
Okay.
makes no sense.
I'm glad there's not a lot of new characters besides Kratos. I was able to look at it and be like, oh, I remember that guy, I remember that guy. I remember all those people.
there's a lot of familiarity with it.
Yeah.
I, having played some of the story mission already, I'm up to about where MK3 story got in. I kind of like that whole. I personally like the fact that they added that aspect instead of it just being like the
Like
original
complete
series
reboot.
and instead of being like the original series where it was just a fighting game as you work your way up the ladder and at the very end you kind of get the story.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you can play through, because that's one of the reasons why I like most games is the story behind it. I could care less about the gameplay.
It's a shit game, but damn, it's a great novel.
That's why.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's like certain games like I'm not saying that Dead Rising isn't a good game, because it is. I really like it, but I had a hard time finding time to play all the way through it. Whatever. I was really interested in the story, so I basically streamed the whole game so I could get the story and all the things behind it that I really enjoyed. That's what I enjoyed about this game, is the fact that you can go there and you can get the whole like MK 1 through 3. The story, and you can play through as the characters that kind of I guess they make it significant
for the most part, besides like the little discrepancies because of the time thing.
Exactly. And
why is Quan Chi in the MK1?
Yeah,
that was like one thing.
Yeah, that's the thing, is because there's like a lot of behind the scenes things that they had to explain in later games that they had to kind of put back.
They have to kind of like retcons.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing that I also liked about it was with the fact that they kind of went back in time. Or whatever. And it's reboot. They're kind of changing the timeline a little bit. It's kind of skewing in certain areas, which I thought was kind of cool. So it's for diehard fans of the MK series, I think it's very true to the original games.
They're not going to feel completely lost.
No, it's very true.
Thing.
And then also it's refreshing that story, and not just rehashing it.
Right. So, Brew, as like the other resident Spankwagon fighter here, your thoughts?
My thoughts? I tried to parry a missile.
Like, parry? What the fuck is that?
I guess, like, my experience with Mortal Kombat was playing it when I was like 8 and not getting it at all. And this is basically
lock button. Yeah.
This is basically a repeat of that. So, I have to say, just as an outsider, like, I'm not really into it. I'm sure, like, if I spent time with the game and got more familiar with it, I would. Enjoy it a lot, and like him, I do appreciate the storyline just because, like I was saying earlier, like it's kind of like a B movie. It's just like these crazy twists and turns, and it's just like a really fun story. Of course, there's no substance. It's just a fun story. That's all. It is.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's that, and I can see the draw, and it'd be like a reason to play it. But at the moment, like I don't really like it that much.
Nice.
But I probably will.
Chris?
I'd say that, just, having been there when the whole revolution was going on, it pretty much takes everything that the original had and just brings it to today's kind of, we need more sort of mentality. It's more bloody, women are wearing smaller G-strings, getting more clothes torn off of them. The stories are, just as ridiculous as ever. And, it's like, you got these... and at the same time, it's got this very childish sort of, totally throwing away anything remotely realistic about it. It's like
it's very much a comic book.
We have to make it look as gory and visceral as possible, but at the same time, these characters just shrug it off like a cartoon.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it's just as fun as ever.
All right. So let's finalize it with a score rating: 1 to 10. Air mattress.
I give it a 9.
All right. Brew.
6 or 7.
All right. John.
I'd probably give it a 9 too.
Amanda?
I don't know what we're basing it on, but
random number between 5 and 9.
5 and 9.
You can't go lower than 5. Can't go higher than 9.
6.
That's the
Just because I don't want to
journalistic
do 5. 6. I'm sorry.
8.5.
I would give it a 7.
I'll go with 7.5. Just.
I give it a 9 because this is the first time I played Mortal Kombat in a while. I'm actually getting the hang of it again.
And you don't get pissed at like you do at Street Fighter.
Well, except for the storyline, I got pissed. But
yeah,
that was Shao Kahn.
Kahn.
Yeah.
Dude, that was bullshit.
No, wait till you get to later.
storylines.
Wait till you get past Shao Kahn and you get later in the game. There's a point where I'm stuck at right now. I don't think I'll actually play it again. Actually, I think I won't get past that one point because it's so
So bullshit.
Just stand back and fireball.
Complete. Yeah.
That's what he did. That's how you beat Shao Kahn the first time.
Yeah.
Back forward punch, back forward punch, back forward punch. So, Mortal Kombat, I'd say positive.
Yes.
Some room for improvement, though.
Yes.
More clothes?
More clothes.
I would boycott this game if there was more clothes.
It would help if there were more clothes.
It's Mortal Kombat, not Nun Fighters.
Yeah, exactly.
We need that.
Well, we got it in Guild here with Bridget.
The Catholic Church had the Inquisition, man. That was way worse than anything Mortal Kombat's done. So, let's bring that. Let's get that out of here.
Yeah.
Valid point. So
it's not the public face.
Yeah, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Actually, I was just thinking Inquisition.
What a show.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, history of the world. So, Descendants of Frederick, thank you for showing up on Spank Wagon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hopefully,
Thank you.
Time to plug our shows.
yeah. Actually, I'll let you guys do that.
First
Alright.
one
Go.
coming up is actually
April 30th.
April 28th, I'm playing a solo show with a couple of these guys. But
Okay.
April 30th, Descendants of Erdrick with the vagueness.
And Fire Drinks Grass.
Yes.
So
Bananarchy.
that's Bananarchy 600 South Lamar. That's our only free show coming up. So come out and hang out with us and enjoy Frozen Banana.
And whatever else that other trailer is next to it.
Yes.
Bison meat. Yes.
Yeah, something.
And apparently also
Meat
does,
steak.
and also has a vegetarian for those of you with sensibilities, Jen. Yeah.
The resident vegetarian also
Yes.
as well.
Then the next
Plus
show
airscreen.
is May 13th at Red 7 with Magnifico, the Queen cover band, and the New Drugs, the Huey Lewis and the News cover band.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be an 80s-tastic night, and we're going to be opening
Hip
that
to
one.
be
It's
squared.
going to be $10. $10 at Red 7. I think it's all ages, but don't quote me on that. You might check the website. I think it's Red 7 Austin or something.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, find them. Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, use the internet. And then May 29th is the big one.
Sunday.
Memorial Day weekend on
Memorial
Sunday.
Day Sunday.
Yes.
Y'all got money off, so you better show up.
Yeah.
We got tired of being the only video game cover band in Austin, so we asked the One-Ups to come out, and we also got Brental Floss from YouTube. And not only is he coming out and playing his songs, we're gonna actually the 80% that you're looking at right now are gonna be his backing band, the Cartridge Family.
Yes.
And so it's gonna be Brental Floss with a band doing songs and things and all this stuff that you've never seen before, even if you've been to his live show. So make sure to check that out. Also, we're playing our own set as well, and Descendants of Erdrick, and
For the most part.
for the most part, it's opening. Man Factory, they wrote a rock opera about Street Fighter 2. Not to be missed, it's excellent. And
From Dallas, coming down from Dallas to show them some love.
yeah, they're coming up from, down from Dallas.
That's what I said.
Yeah, up if the Earth's axis shifts. And make sure as well, as a bonus stage, we're also going to be playing a show with the One-Ups the previous day at Game Over Video Games, and that's going to be a chance to meet and greet, buy merch, lots of merch, and
T-shirts.
and hang out with all of us for a little while before we do the big parish kind of show.
Yeah.
And Game Over will be at the parish show doing video games, and it's just going to be a wild night. So $10 gets you all that. So come on out.
Like,
The
have a few
tickets-
drinks, play Ninja Gaiden, and curse at the birds like I do.
Exactly. TheParishAustin.com. The actual ticket link is going to be is on our Facebook and as well as our website. So
And we'll be there. We got some things we're working on.
yeah.
So also, as far as Spec Wagon goes, April 30th, Salty Spring at Arcade UFO. Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, Marvel 3, Arcana Heart, Blaze Blue,
Gundam.
Gundam!
Yes.
Gundam.
Gundam!
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, so Bruce
Yeah.
can play.
That's like the biggest hype that goes on in that.
Gundam hype is like
Oh
no
my
other kind of
God.
hype. Yeah.
Yes.
So Specwagon is sponsoring $250 bonus pool for both Marvel and Super. So yeah, you have incentive to go play, even if you suck. You never know. Shin might be sick. Fubar Duck will be
Al might
too
be
hungover. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Fubar Duck is hungover after 2 years. So, but yeah, we'll definitely be there. Shout out .net every fucking chance we can, and they'll be sick. The stream monsters will be sick of us by the end of the day. But we'll be there. Check it out. Come out. Have fun. play some fighting games. Why not? So, for Air Mattress, Behind the Desk, John, Amanda, Chris, Lobos, 4 of DOE. Check them out, descendantofverger.com. Brew, as always. And I'm Robert Liquor Store, and you're watching Spike Wagon, only at Spike Wagon. Fatality, bitches.